You're listening to The Drew Yari Show.
That's the wine and diner with kings and queens.
You're looking at the man. You're listening to The Drew Yari Show.
To make Marks mad.
That's what we always do on this show. Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? It is Wednesday, like every other day on this show. Welcome to the Drew Yari Show. I'm the host, Drew. With me tonight, making another return to the show, Mr. RJ the Brooklyn Savage.
That's right. What's up?
And he's about to live up to his moniker tonight. He's about to just tear this pay-per-view to shreds. Just eat it. He's gonna eat it. He's gonna eat that shit up.
Gonna eat it up, man. Gobble, gobble, bitch.
Beat that pussy up.
That's right. Movement.
We got a nice little show. We're gonna do double or nothing. We're gonna do a double or nothing review, so that should be fun. It'll be less. A little shorter than the actual pay-per-view itself. We're not going to talk for 5.5 hours.
Oh yeah, no way, pal.
And then NXT in your house predictions for this Saturday, and then Hell in a Cell predictions. So, kind of a short show, and then also, of course, questions. So, we have a nice little packed audience tonight. Anna, welcome to the Patreon, Anna. Anna just subscribed. Well, not subscribed, but donated to the Patreon. So, thank you, Anna. Jack Frost, Kyle, B-Sharp81, Lightning, Maurice Chicken, Maurice Bear, and Dr. Perk. And, yeah, hello to everyone. So, alright, let's just jump into Double or Nothing. Are you ready, RJ?
Yeah, I'm ready.
No, Maurice, you're the only Maurice Bear. There can't be another Maurice Bear out there, only you. Alright, so me and Jeff Lippman went over the show on our Patreon exclusive from Our Lips to Your Ears. So I'm gonna let RJ take the floor for the most part. I'm gonna kind of give a brief review, and then RJ's just like I said, he's gonna tear this show to shreds.
That's right.
He's gonna live up to the moniker. He's gonna be a savage. So Double or Nothing was Sunday. It was May 29th at Paradise, Nevada in the T-Mobile Arena. There were 13 matches. Really. There was a pre-show match with Hookhausen, Danhausen and Hook versus Tony Nese and Mark Sterling. Hookhausen won. The match was 5 minutes.
Who gives a flying fuck? Why was this even on the show?
Why was anything...
We got a manager named Smart Mark Sterling. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, Tony Khan is in the back jacking off to that. Like, you know it. Like, come on, man. Like, it's just that like Joey Number says, that's shindy wrestling type shit right there,
That's
Smart Mark.
That's basically AEW in a nutshell.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, don't get me wrong, but when you take a step back and you really think about it, it's stupid shit, man. Like, and who gives a fuck about him and Tony Nese? I'm sorry, look, like I say it all the time. Tony Nese is a New York boy, great wrestler, great guy, but that's just about it. That's where it begins, that's where it ends. Tony Nese is not going to be a superstar for AEW. It's not. He's not. Is he making any dynamites?
Not that I know of.
I ain't seen him. So, I mean, apparently, they don't give a shit about this fucking guy either, because guess what? Tony Nese is he's not a larger-than-life personality. Great wrestling and nice abs can only get you so far in the wrestling business.
Let me ask you something. So, I didn't see this match. Did you watch it?
Yes, I did. Only I caught the tail end of it when literally tail end of it when Danhausen fucking pretty much mooched off of Hook's work.
So,
did all the damage, and fucking Danhausen just came in and fucking just took the fucking pin.
So Joe Numbers from the Soup, he made it like a half joke, half comment, saying that Danhausen is taking Orange Cassidy's job. And then I have a follow up to that. When Soup was reviewing the pay-per-view, he said it's actually not Danhausen that's taking Orange Cassidy's job, it's now Hook.
As far as like being like the sensation.
As far as like someone who just has no personality and just stands there. I mean, I can't really disagree. I can't really disagree or agree. I'm just. It's an interesting quote.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. Unlike Orange Cassidy, I can take Hook despite his size. And that's the one thing he has over Orange Cassidy. He has youth. He can get bigger over time. Orange Cassidy, he is what he's gonna be at this point. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. Isn't Orange Cassidy almost 40? Because he's been wrestling in Chikara for a long time as one of those ants. As one of the colony members.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, he's been wrestling for a long time. So, yeah, I mean, if anybody knows in the chat how old Orange Cassidy is, but I'm pretty sure he's closer to 40 than he is 30.
Let me pull that up real quick. No way Orange Cassidy is that old. That's what... Hold on, let me pull it up. Come on. Go ahead and talk.
He's been around for a long time. He's been around for a long time. Underneath a mask in Chikara.
He is 38 years old.
I said it. Damn near 40.
But he's the boss's favorite wrestler.
But for how long, though? Like, we're seeing Danhausen. Danhausen's taking all the shine right now.
You already know how I feel about... You know how I feel about Orange Cassidy. You know how I feel about Hook. I mean, I'm neither hot or cold for Danhausen.
Right.
But at the point, it's just like I know what his gimmick is. He's a comedy wrestler.
He's a comedy guy going around giving people curses.
So I don't care.
And people love this, by the way. Grown men bigger than you and I, are in the crowd jumping up for joy every time this guy throws his fingers up and goes, huh? Huh? Come on, man.
Hey, they're the same ones. They're the same ones that are like, "Oh, did you see that funny thing that happened on Being the Elite?" It's like, no, because I'm a grown up. I don't watch that shit.
Man, I'm not watching that bullshit. Look, I'm not watching the Young Bucks take pie shots at WWE. Yeah, and by the way, and maybe you can even use this as a show title, but WWE's in rent-free, just living rent-free in the whole entire AEW's roster's heads. It's ridiculous.
I got one better. Vince is living rent-free in Tony's head.
Nah, that too. And Bischoff too.
Everybody's living rent-free in Tony's head.
Jesus Christ. I mean, it's just that bad. It's that bad. But yeah, this match was another match. And the thing is, okay, you spend all this time trying to build Hook up as this badass, but yet no, you got him teaming up with the goofiest fucking guy on the roster. I'm sorry, Danhausen to me is way goofier than fucking Orange Cassidy.
I think they're about the same.
This guy goes around pretending that he's giving people curses like he's fucking Voodoo Man or something.
Orange Cassidy does sweet shin music, dude. That's goofy. That's goofy as fuck. Come on, they're about the same.
A curse in wrestling, I just find that to be just a little goofier, especially for this audience. We don't do sports entertainment over here. We're nothing but professional wrestling. And
the forbidden door.
Yeah, the forbidden back door. That's what Tony Khan says.
Yeah, that's what he does with Britt. Anyways, we're gonna move. We've spent too much time on this match. Let's move on to the main show. So, the first match on the card was Wardlow versus MJF. The stipulation was if Wardlow won, he would be granted his release from his contract with MJF and would be able to sign with AEW. Had MJF won, Wardlow would have been permanently banned from signing with AEW. Wardlow won. The match was 7 minutes and 30 seconds. We'll talk about the controversy surrounding the match. So, over the weekend, they had a meet and greet, I believe, on Saturday, and MJF did not show up. And the talk going around from the Sean Ross Sapp was that MJF actually bought a plane ticket out of Las Vegas, Nevada. I don't know what happened, but he obviously showed up and did the job for Wardlow. But when you watch the match, I don't know if this was just me, MJF just looked like he was half-assing it.
Oh yeah, no, he was pulling Shawn Michaels 2005 against Hulk Hogan.
Right.
Yeah, the silly selling aside, but yeah, that's the type of vibe I got here in this matchup. And look, Wardlow ate his lunch. It was a Gaga match more than anything, and Wardlow ate his lunch and he won. There wasn't much of a match, not much of a contest whatsoever. Wardlow's a monster machine over MJF, and they undid everything tonight by having MJF did what he did and how they did it.
Explain.
So they had him get stretchered out, right? They made this big to-do about him getting stretchered out.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight, he shows up on Dynamite just fine. Not selling a goddamn thing. So, what a way to shit in your own mouth, Tony.
Okay, that's it. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that was weird. Like, at least come out with like a neck brace or something.
Selling something.
Like, it would have
your back, like walking with a limp or some shit.
It would have added to that promo, and I guess, we might as well just talk about the promo because we're not really going to talk about Dynamite tonight. We'll talk about, I guess, like the aftermath. But I did.
Promo, though.
I did, unfortunately. So,
good Lord.
But you did see the promo.
I saw the promo. I had to see what he had to say because I enjoy MJF, and I'm one of those guys that do tune in to see what he's got to say because he's a guy that's, quite frankly, one of the few guys that's worth the time to even invest into anything over there.
So, unfortunately, as a wrestling podcaster, I have to watch it most of the time. Most of the time, of course, I pay attention to the important shit like MJF. I see what Punk's doing. That's about it. So MJF comes out, tells the guy who playing the music cut the music, and cuts a very like a pipe bomb-esque promo, just talking to Tony, saying, Tony, pay me more. You'd rather pay all these WWE guys than pay your own guy. Like, he said, if I was an ex-WWE guy, would you pay me? And then, calls Tony a mark, which is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Calls him a fucking mark. Of course, they had to bleep that out. Tells the fans, everyone said I was a shit wrestler because, what? Because I don't pretend that I watch NJPW or I don't drop people on their heads. No, I'm an actual wrestler. And yeah, I don't know if I should just pull up the promo already and just because I can't do it any justice. So let me
he went off.
Yeah, that was one of the best promos I've heard in a long time. That was I don't know if that was better than the pipe bomb or just as good. But let me pull it up real quick because there's no way I can do this promo justice. One moment. It's like 8 minutes. Hold on. All right. Can you all hear that?
talking. Big merger, boss. A lot of important executives here tonight to watch your product. Would be a real shame if something bad happened. I wouldn't want to embarrass you, man. Speaking of embarrassing, you've been trying to sit down with me to hash things out for quite some time now, haven't you? Well, guess what? Too little, too late.
Shut the fuck up.
When this company first started, it was all friends wrestling. Everybody was handed a ticket, except for me. See, I had to write my own. And boy, do I have good penmanship. Because I created moment after moment after moment for this company, and I still get no respect. Nobody is on my level. No one. Everything I touch turns to gold. There is nothing I can't do. Every time I come out here, I am not expected to hit home runs. I am expected to hit grand slams. And I do that shit on a weekly basis. See, all the other boys, they get to settle for being great. I have to be perfect. Because I'm the 26-year-old who is constantly held under a microscope. Because I'm the only guy who is capable of carrying this company on my back, as I have for months. It's funny I hear boos, but I also hear clapping. That's interesting. Where were you guys this whole weekend when you were calling me an unprofessional piece of shit? I'm just curious. You're not the only problem. No, it's the boys in the back, too. Because the boys in the back all want my spot. Well, guess what? You want my spot, you can have it. Because I don't want to be here anymore. Now let's talk about you fans, huh? You people call yourself fans. You're not fans. You're uneducated marks.
They are.
Tweeting out your opinions like they're worth a damn. Let me explain something to you people. You don't know shit.
He's right.
Tell him again.
I want that as a shirt. You don't know shit.
You don't know shit about shit.
Your opinions change at the drop of a dime, and then you pretend your new opinions are the same as your old. For example, man, I always knew MJF was a good wrestler. Really? That's interesting. Because last time I checked, you guys pretended I sucked in the ring for a long time. And why is that, huh? Because I'm not untrained like all your faves? Because I don't pretend to watch New Japan? Because I don't dump my opponents on their head? Because I'm not reckless? What is it? Is it because I'm not chasing star ratings, guys? What is it? How could I possibly be the best? Well, newsflash, I am the best! I'm the best in the world! Because I'm the only guy who makes you feel! And unlike all those boys, I don't gotta do a bunch of bullshit to get you there. I am a generational talent, and you people consistently take me for granted. But it's not just you. It's the big man in the back, too. Here's something you guys can't take for granted.
Yeah.
Here's something he doesn't want you to know. Do you guys know who the second biggest minute-for-minute draw is in this entire company? Nope. You wish. It's me. It's me.
Yep.
And if you don't believe me, do me a favor. Ask Scat Boy Tony in the back. See what he's got to say. But whatever you do, don't ask him to reach into his pockets and pay the man who's been busting his ass for him since day one. No. Make sure he hoards all that money. Make sure he hoards all that money so he can give it to all the new ex-WWE guys he keeps bringing in. That can't waste my goddamn boots.
He's right. He's right. Like, there's a reason why Vince let a lot of those guys go, bro. It's a reason why he let a lot of those guys and girls go.
And that's why he wants MJ.
Would you treat me better if
Huh?
I was an ex-WWE guy?
Yeah.
Maybe you don't get it, man. Here's the problem with you, boss. You got a position of power in a wrestling company when the only position you should be assuming is behind the guardrail with all of them.
Alright, he's a fucking
I
mark.
don't want to wait till 2024, but you don't listen to me. So allow me to make it a little bit easier for you. Tony, I want you to fire me. Tony, don't tell me down, you piece of shit! Shut your mouth! Look at me, Tony! Look at me! I want you to fire me! You! Fire me!
He called him a. For the people at home, he called Tony Khan a fucking mark.
He is.
Jesus.
He ain't seen that. I ain't said before in my whole entire life. Said it
So-
earlier in the wrestling Supercat.
So is MJF going to be heading to Stanford sooner rather than later?
I don't know at this point. They're talking about it way too much on television, man. Way too much. Usually if they talk about it way too much on television. But then again, Cody did too, man. Cody was talking about that contract a whole lot, and he was gone. So I don't know. And that's the exciting part, because we don't know. I don't know. It's up in the air.
Yeah, because I remember Cody's promo. He's like, the boss offered me a contract, but not the contract I wanted. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
And then he was gone shortly after that. So
Yeah, he kept on talking about how he was wrestling without a deal. Remember, he said that a couple of times on TV. I'm wrestling without a deal. So, I don't know. I guess we're going to have to see.
But again, damn good promo. Even if you guys don't watch wrestling, I mean, if you guys are like casual fans and you haven't watched wrestling in a while, watch that promo. Like, it's damn good. That's why MJF is who he is. He's the best. He's the best. He's the best right now. He's surely the best in that company. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to say Vince watches it, but I'm pretty sure Triple H saw that and went, "Oh,
Pritchard.
Yeah, Pritchard's his boy."
Pritchard was helping with MLW in the beginning before he went back to WWE. When when MLW first relaunched back in 2018, Pritchard wasn't back with WWE yet.
And it's just like,
Oh yeah, like he's just like they're tight, and Pritchard helped put that show together and work with MJF, so like they're tight, man.
like that'll help because, Bruce is in Vince's ear.
Exactly.
So, and also, MJF and Cody are tight, and Vince adores Cody.
Exactly.
So, you have Pritchard on your side, and you have Cody on your side. Like,
Not a bad start.
and like, I'm pretty sure Vince saw this guy and met him. He's gonna go, "You're Piper. You're our new Piper."
Yeah.
So, great promo, great shit. It's
Piper
even.
and DiBiase put together
I would say more.
the whole money mark, and then him just being outright. He doesn't have the goofiness that DiBiase does, but with the money, the flair, that type of flavor. That's what I mean when I say DiBiase. But Piper, as far as like Piper's fire, drive, skill on the stick, yeah, like definitely.
And also, I mean, shit, like, I wouldn't be surprised if you let him keep his name and didn't like give him some goofy name.
I mean, they can flop around it if they really wanted to. If that was much of an issue, they can easily change it or something like that. But I mean, who cares? Who cares?
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where it shouldn't matter, but it kind of does. But I mean, it's just come on, MJF. Like Vince loves his letters and names.
Yeah.
You know, Triple H. You know, MJF. So I mean, I don't know.
RVD.
RVD. Like there you go. Like he's gonna love that. So, but yeah. I
By
don't
the
know.
way, a couple of months later, are we still mad that Walter is now Gunther?
I don't think it matters.
I don't think anybody's crying and bitching about that anymore.
I don't think it matters
Like I
anymore
said,
because
like I said, they wouldn't. Why? Because this guy's getting a slow burn push on SmackDown right now.
right, and it's just like he obviously doesn't care. So I mean, he's getting pushed. So obviously they like him up there. So
Yeah.
and they're in need.
I love what they're doing with him.
Yeah, they're in dire straits of they need monsters, and Gunther is their next monster. So
Yeah.
next
Happy to see it.
next is this is going to be all you. The Hardys versus the Young Bucks. The
Oh,
Hardys
good Lord.
won the match. It was 19 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm gonna make it quick, and I'll let you have the floor. So,
Yeah.
This was a hard match to watch for obvious reasons. Jeff is not Jeff. I mean, Matt. I've never been a fan of Matt, but at least Matt could Matt could at least be the wrestler. Matt is not Matt anymore. The Young Bucks aren't even really the Young Bucks anymore. And I was never even a Young Bucks fan, but they're not the Young Bucks anymore. The Hardys aren't the Hardys. The Young Bucks aren't the Young Bucks. So, go ahead. The floor is yours.
First and foremost, can anybody please, let me know if I'm way off the mark? But the Hardy Boys need to retire. Both
Agreed.
of them. I mean, it was sad watching this matchup. The Young Bucks are trying to do all their spots, this, that, and the other, but they're doing it with Jeff Hardy, who's like 45 years old, and Matt, who's like 47, 48. These guys are almost in their 50s. These guys have been wrestling. They were popular when I was fucking 6 years old. I am now 27, getting ready to turn 28 in a few weeks. This has to end. It's done. Jeff Hardy is back. His whole body looks shot. Matt, we joke around with it all the time on Twitter. His hips look shot. It's painful to watch this man run. It's bad, man. And then you got Jeff out here doing these stupid ass spots. Swan Tom outside the ring on the fucking steps. Like, why are you doing that, man? You're Jeff Hardy. You have nothing left to prove. Let the young guys bump around. Let Darby Allin do the spots like that. If that's going to be his gimmick, if that's going to be what we're going to remember Darby Allin for, let him do that. Because at least he's in his, Darby Allin. Me and Darby Allin probably like the same age. So, I mean, that's fine or whatever. He's still a guy that's trying to catch lightning in the mainstream. But you're the Hardy Boys. You've been tag teaming for like 30-something years, bro. You don't need to do any of this wild shit with these younger guys anymore. Work with some of the greener guys that don't know what the fuck they're doing. That ain't gonna do all this crazy stuff. Work your fucking speed, man. You don't have to do none of this crazy shit anymore. But I'd rather not see them wrestle anymore, honestly. And I'm glad that Tony Khan had enough cells left in his head to make the decision to pull Jeff Hardy from that big tag match tonight, because that would have been awful. Even though you can hide Hardy in that, but still, this guy, quit having this guy. Somebody's got to be the bad guy over there in AEW. They don't have that. Just a bunch of guys running wild, and no type of repercussions, nothing until it's done, and then Tony Khan, we're gonna micromanage next time. Nah, dude, you gotta go out there and you gotta tell these guys, look, Jeff, your back is shot. You look like shit after every match. Don't do any of this crazy shit. Keep it simple. Keep it short. Keep it sweet. Live to fight another day, damn it. And I feared this whenever he did the whole run through the crowd and everything like that, and he quit on WWE, or they fired him, whatever the fuck. And I feared this was gonna happen. He was gonna go to AEW, do all the crazy stunts and all the crazy spots, and I'm proven to be right. And 2 years ago, I was saying what I'm saying now. 2 years ago, and he was wrestling in WWE, but they don't have you do all that crazy shit like that. And he was hurting and looking beat up there. Remember that one time after that one SmackDown match he had, where he fucking legit fell on the fucking ramp?
Really?
And that was the moment I'm like, yeah, Jeff's got to retire. It's done. Like, dude, like, you got to. And that's from landing a Swanton bomb every fucking week at this point. I'm like, but then he's over here in AEW doing that, but to the highest degree. And it's like, for what, dude? Like, no. I don't want to see you get arrested for being on the shit again. But I don't want to see you break your back either, bro. Something's got to give. And I'm a Jeff Hardy fan, by the way. I love Jeff Hardy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Jeff Hardy, like him winning the title, and he won the title when I was in 7th grade. I never forget that. It was a great moment. It really was. But the fact of the matter is just that he's got to retire, man. He's got to retire. Enough with this. Either retire or just somebody's got to reel him in and tell him, hey, you don't have to do this crazy shit anymore. You have nothing left to prove in your career. I'll give Matt credit. Matt toned down on those matches a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
But, but Matt still be hurting, though. Like, his hips are shot. And they're just shot. But, the Young Bucks tried. I'm not even a Young Bucks fan. You know, everybody knows that. But the Young Bucks really did try to carry this. I give them credit for that. But it's not my cup of tea anyways. So, go figure. But, the Hardy Boys, they're doing this storyline with the Hardy Boys. They're chasing that one last chip that they never had before. And that's the AEW Tag Team title. So I expect those guys to win the Tag Team titles. But Tony Khan has got to let Jeff chill out or something.
Again, which goes back to MJF. Nothing but WWE guys.
Yeah.
you got a WWE guy as your champion. And eventually have two WWE guys as your tag teamers. With Jeff, it's just like Jeff's one of my favorites. He's in my top 10. I've been a fan of Jeff since mainly when the Hardys started. When they were in the Brood, when they started wearing like the Jenko like jeans and all the crazy shit. I like when I first started watching them, they were wearing like the kind of weird looking tights, and the ones that said like
the Young Bucks started wearing back in 2010.
Yeah, the ones that said like faith or some bullshit like that. Like I didn't care for them, but then when they were in the Brood and feuding with Edge and Christian, that's when I was like, oh, I like these guys. These are my kind of team. And then I became more of a Jeff. Not Jeff. I became more of a fan of Jeff. For obvious reasons, and was never a fan of Matt. Never now. But Matt was always more of the wrestler, quote unquote, of the two, and Jeff was the entertainer. Jeff was the guy that
which is kind of interesting because I never really found Matt Hardy's wrestling to be all that great. I always thought his punches were sloppy.
Quote
I
unquote.
always thought his offense just looked sloppy. In my opinion.
It's funny because X-Pac said the same thing, that when the Hardys came in, he's like, yeah, they weren't really good when they first came in.
No, I don't like. I thought that Jeff's matches to me always flowed better,
right?
Despite him not being this big technical wrestling guy. And look, Jeff Hardy wasn't doing 450 splashes and all kinds of twisting corkscrew moonsaults and all this other stuff either. But I always thought his matches flowed better because he was selling. And then his offense, whenever he hit the big offensive moves, they mattered. So I always thought his matches flowed better because of it. Matt, I just found his work very sloppy.
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I think the Hardys need to eventually call it a day. I mean, give them the titles, and then when they lose, it's funny. Jeff Lippman said the same thing, where he's just like, okay, they won, so this could be a nice way for them to kind of ride off into the sunset. Nope. 2 hours later, like SpongeBob, 2 hours later, They already announced, you know, a 5-on-5 tag match, which, you know, they pulled Jeff out. So, yeah, I'm with you. It's just, it sucks seeing Jeff like this, because I want to remember Jeff Hardy from like 2006 to 2009, when he was like really hitting his peak in WWE and like getting over and being a main event talent. And it's just like, I still think about it. It's like when he left WWE in 2009, he was still a main event guy. Like, he wasn't just like a jobber. Like, he was in a big, high profile feud with CM Punk. That was the best thing going in WWE. And they were main eventing pay-per-views. They even main evented SummerSlam. So that's how I want to remember Jeff. You know, when he left and went to TNA and then came back, and he just wasn't the same Jeff. And, you know, just again, it sucks. So, moving on, next match, Jade Cargill defeated Anna Jay to retain the TBS Championship. The match was 7 minutes and 25 seconds. Off topic. I know you said you didn't watch Dynamite tonight, so we're just kind of, I guess this is kind of like a spoiler for the end of the match. So the end of the match, the formerly known Ember Moon debuted as Athena, which I guess was her indie name, and was it Stokely Hathaway, who was Malcolm Bivens, who's now going to be Jade Cargill's manager. So tonight on Dynamite, Athena came out to be interviewed by Tony Schiavone, which it's again, I wasn't a fan of Ember Moon then. I'm still not a fan of her now. She cut a shitty promo. She cut a shitty promo. She looks short. Matter of fact, I didn't realize how short she was when, you know, Jade came out. And she, again, people call me what you want. Call me a pig. Send your hate mail to me. She looks fatter.
Yeah.
Actually, let me retract that. She looks She looks chunkier.
Yeah, she does look bigger.
And let me actually
towards the end of her NXT run, she was packing on some pounds around the gut area. You know, I don't know.
So let me tell you the funny bit in the segment. So Jade comes out to talk a little shit, and then, you know, Stokely comes out to talk a little shit, and then Anna Jay and Chris Statlander come out to join Athena.
Oh, good lord!
The funniest part was as Anna Jay, she starts doing the Real Housewives of Atlanta head twerk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, oh no, you didn't, girl.
Oh,
like, white cornbread suburb Anna Jay. Picture that. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen. It was cringy as fuck, but it was still funny. But that was the best part of the segment. But yeah, going back to the match, it sucked. Like, it was bad. Jade is green as grass, but she's their project. Anna Jay is not bad, but Anna Jay is not the one who can carry her.
You can't have green lead green. I'm sorry, it's not good. Like, if you're gonna you gotta put Jade in there with somebody that can work, man. I'm trying to have her wrestle Marina Shafir, who is shit in the ring. That's why WWE let her go. She's not very good in the ring, and she's not very good personality-wise either. Sorry to tell y'all this, but it's truth. Hey, I think she's hot as hell, but the fact of the matter is she doesn't have the skill. Anna Jay is a product of the Nightmare Factory, but she's not on that level yet either. And you can't have the green lead green. Sorry. Like, Jade has got to work with somebody that's got some experience. And somebody that knows what to do. Somebody that knows how to sell for her. Somebody that knows how to work with her. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I think Jade gets the showsman aspect of the business and everything like that, which is missing in wrestling overall. Jade gets it. Jade gets that aspect down packed. But as soon as she can work with somebody with some experience, I think that's when she'll start to get better in that ring. But until then, they're shooting themselves in the foot. And Chris Statlander, they're threatening us with Chris Statlander and Athena next.
Boy.
Chris Statlander is kind of slop-tastic in that ring too. I mean, let's not get it twisted.
And you
remember when she took in fucking hurt Britt Baker a couple of times? Like, come on, like she's pretty blew her own knee out too. Like, I mean, come on, man, she's fucking slop-tastic in that ring too. Athena can get a good match out of Jade, but Jade's too fucking way bigger than her. I can't buy Athena's little 4'11" ass beating fucking. Beating fucking Jade Cargill, like it just not.
It's like with who is it? Legit Layla Hirsch.
Oh my god, that's fucking ridiculous.
When people are like, she's a badass, she can flip guys. I'm like, she's almost the size of my niece.
Bro, she's like 4'6", man.
Like she had a match with
Morgan's taller than her.
She had a match with Thunder Rosa a while ago where I'm like, this is fucking atrocious. Like was it Thunder Rosa is trying to pick her up for her move, and I'm like, that looks like me trying to pick up my niece. Like it just.
Thunder Rosa's not like this towering woman either.
Yeah, Thunder Rosa's actually good. Like she gets it. She's one of the better women.
No.
And it's just like
she's the best they got.
I'm not even trying to say Layla sucks, but it's just like visual wise.
Layla is good, but and she can throw suplexes. That's why I was like, God, she would be perfect for Team Taz, honestly. But yeah, I just think that the visual it's all about the visual. Sometimes it's just not. When she beat Chris Statlander at that pay-per-view the last time, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. Kidding me?
All right, moving on. Next match was one of many 6-man tag matches. The House of Black versus Death Triangle. House of Black won. During the match, I was going to say Elizabeth. Julia Hart came out and spit mist in Pac's face, now turning to the dark side, quote unquote. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to add. What do you think?
Julia Hart has joined the House of Black. Somebody text me that. Hell no.
Well,
That was funny as fuck. I said not fucking House of Black, but
Jesus Christ.
The match was, it's what you expect from these guys. It was a nice brawl. Pac looked good. The Phoenix looked good. I thought Buddy and Malachi looked good. Who did not look good? Fucking Brody King.
Thank you.
Brody King, work like a big man, please.
Lightning is saying that botched a dive.
Yeah, you big 6'8", whatever the fuck. Body
right.
look like it's one bad day in the sun away from being a fucking candle. Like you stop doing dives, bro. Like, come on, man. What the fuck? You're too big for that shit.
Like, okay, if I'm running my company, I'm gonna make it illegal for big men to do dives.
Me too.
Like Keith Lee, Brody King.
Only one person. I would let only one person do it. But good.
The cruiserweights, they can get away with that shit. My big men need to work like big men. Keith Lee. First of all, I'm not even gonna let Brody King anywhere near my promotion. I'll just put it that way. Keith Lee.
Looking like he does.
Keith Lee, watch 90s Vader. Somebody tell Keith Lee to watch 90s Vader from WCW, mainly from WCW. I didn't watch his Japan stuff, but
oh my heavens, why did you backfist him like that?
oh my, why is he stomping him in the corner? 90s Bam Bam Bigelow, thank you, Lightning. 90s Bam Bam Bigelow. Yoko. Watch Yoko.
Man, I don't want to see Keith Lee stick his ass in people's faces.
Well, don't do that, but just know how to work like a big man.
He's way more mobile than that.
But the point
Bam Bam and Vader are good examples.
So yeah, just Brody King is worthless. Like
Yeah, Brody King is terrible. At least Keith Lee. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Keith Lee health wise, but if he can get that in check, get that in order. Keith Lee, there's still some. There's still some I mean, because Keith Lee's got moves, but he's got to fucking. Oh my God, Keith Lee's got to tone it down on the fucking dives, man, because it's bad. Holy shit! Salutations and greetings.
I'm still laughing at what Anna said, but yeah, this match, the match itself was fine. It was fine, but it did not need to be on this pay-per-view. That's going to be a theme. There's going to be a lot of matches that do not need to be on this pay-per-view.
Brody King is the shits. I'm sorry. He talking about some. He turned down WWE. No, I think Vince took one good look at this big jamoke, and said no, thank you, no, thank you, dude. I can't take you seriously, man. He like fucking 6'9", bro.
He sucks.
He sucks ass.
He looks like he tried
to the highest degree.
He looks like he auditioned for Five Finger Death Punch.
Didn't make the cut. I mean, Malachi looks great. Malachi and Buddy, they look great.
Well, here's the thing. Malachi, I don't even think needs this faction. Malachi is fine on his own. Buddy,
Malachi is fine on his own, but I think he loves Buddy. Him and Buddy are tight.
Well, here's
Brody are tight.
Here's what I was going to say about Buddy. I would rather see Buddy in a tag team with Pac. That'd be a good tag team.
That'd be a great fucking tag team.
I mean,
I was watching them. I mean, both of them have the similar physiques.
Yeah,
but somebody's gonna have to be the charismatic guy. Then that's the problem. He's not overly charismatic, and neither is Buddy. And that was Buddy's problem. I used to see all these people in all these group chats when Buddy was in WWE. Buddy Murphy needs to be the world champion. Don't you realize when you're the world champion, your job is to cut promos, be charismatic, and do media tours? Are we gonna send Buddy Murphy to the fucking Wendy Williams show?
No.
I mean, to be fair, if Vince told me I had to go to the fucking Wendy Williams show, I'd fucking slap him in the face and quit. But I mean, that's just me. But I'm just saying, like, come on, like we gotta temper that down a little bit. Like, I'd agree, Buddy would have been a great mid-card champion, and he could be possibly a great mid-card champion in fucking AEW. But world champion, nah. Until he gets a personality transplant. No.
All right.
So, but I think he's a monster. He's such a brute, man, and I'm trying to get on that Buddy Murphy diet. Holy shit, man! That guy is fucking ripped to shreds. Him and Pac. Holy fuck.
You basically just need to take the right amount of roids, but make it look like you're not taking roids. Like, that's the best way to go about it. So, anyway, did we lose RJ?
Yeah, briefly. My fucking earpods took and connected.
Oh, okay. All right, moving on. Next match. Actually, it's going to be 2 matches that are from the Owen Hart Foundation tournament for some reason that they still.
Hold on a minute. Let me just say something real quick.
Oh.
Can we please kick out Brody Lee out of the House of Black and fire him, please?
Brody King?
Brody King is terrible. Now that you got Julia Hart, have Buddy Murphy resume the role of the creepy big jack guy behind the teenage-looking girl.
You know,
resume that role and bring in Malachi Black's other partner from fucking Progress. What was his name? Something fucking Michael Dante or something like that. That guy was actually pretty fucking good, and he looks like a legit badass without being all fucking tatted up and weird and fat and dumpy.
You know who Brody King reminds me of? I just thought of this right now. You ever watched a porn and there's always that one guy who looks like a biker? There's always this giant mook with like a bunch of really bad tattoos and a lot of facial hair, and it's like this guy is not visually like pleasing, but he's fucking Trina Michaels for some reason. Like that's Brody King.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
I don't know. We always come back to porn somehow, but
I thought you were talking about that guy. What's his name? One of the girls took a put it on Twitter. Apparently there's this guy named Small Hands in porn or something like that. He's got all these crazy like tattoos, kind of like Brody King. But when you look at his face, he's got like an innocent looking face. Yeah, and I guess the thing is he has like small hands or something like that. Like his hands are like abnormally small.
I don't think it's Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman. Oh God!
I'm gonna fuck you in the next Tuesday. It's gonna be me and Raquel. It's hot.
That's right.
That is I mean, it's a couple that makes sense because they're tall and they're big, but it's just like Raquel just seems like she's nice, and Braun just seems like he's just an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Anyways, let's move on.
To be fair, when you're big like that, you can afford to be an asshole. I'm just saying.
Yeah, true. Anyways, next is it's going to be 2 Owen Hart Foundation tournament finals. So one for the men, one for the women. So for the men, Adam Cole versus Samoa Joe, and for the women, Dr. Britt Baker versus Ruby Soho. Adam Cole won his match. Britt Baker, or let me just kind of rewind. So Britt Baker comes out with a guitarist from Fozzy playing her out. And then Ruby Soho comes out with Rancid, who plays the song Ruby Soho to play her out.
Destination unknown. Ruby Soho.
And then she still loses.
Yeah, I know, right? Fuck.
So it's just like this whole tournament was a waste of time. When I saw the brackets for the first time, I went, so they're making it obvious that they want Adam Cole and Britt Baker?
Yes.
And it's just like 2 heels.
Yes.
For this Owen Hart Foundation, and like, would it have been so bad just to have Samoa Joe and Ruby win it? Because their faces.
Samoa Joe, I mean, already had like the Ring of Honor. Like, I would rather somebody else win. Honestly, that's not a former WWE guy. Hold on, let me see something real quick.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, what happened?
No, I just wanted to see something real quick.
Were you trying to look for small hands?
No, I'm not looking for small hands. Good Lord. I ain't looking up that guy.
Oh my goodness.
My God, look at his small hands.
His hands
Oh
really
my goodness, Mia. Look at his hands.
His hands are really smaller than they should be. But what did you think about either of these matches?
I would have rather had either Wheeler or Harwood win the whole fucking tournament, honestly. Even though they're former WWE guys, but I think they found their role in AEW, whether it's indirect or. What I'm trying to say is I appreciate them more in AEW than I ever did in WWE, because I always thought they were just a boring tag team. Great wrestlers, but I just found them to be very, very boring. But in AEW, I don't know. Like, those are 2 guys I would say that AEW has done. Well, being in AEW has done them some good, because I won't say AEW's done them right, because they leave them off of many TV shows, and they're wearing other promotions' tag team titles because the Young Bucks fears FTR, and I don't care what nobody else says about that, but that's just my opinion. I just thought that maybe Dax or Cash should have won, honestly.
Yeah,
Adam Cole, and I mean, I love Adam Cole. Everybody knows that. I mean, there's no big secret. I'm a huge Adam Cole fan, but I mean, why? Just why? Like it. And then I agree with what Joey and Miss were saying afterwards. Like, not to jump ahead, but like the match was not good. It was not good at all.
Nope.
12 minutes. Adam Cole, Samoa Joe, and Adam Cole just beat him like a bitch. What a way to make Samoa Joe look like something special moving forward, huh?
Right.
Yeah, Britt Baker, the match with Ruby was not good. I didn't think it was good.
She sucks.
Britt Baker's not in the ring, dog. And Ruby, I like Ruby, but I don't know. Ruby can get a little slot-tastic at times as well. And, I think that's my job as a podcaster, not to be biased, but I just think the match wasn't very good.
I mean, now that,
one of them.
Yeah, it's just like, and then afterwards, you have Martha Hart come out with some weird hat.
How big is her nose, by the way? Holy shit!
Oh, Jesus Christ! I mean,
her nose is fucking huge.
Almost as big as Owen's.
Holy! You could stick like 2 fingers and a thumb in that motherfucker.
Shit, you can stick small hands up there.
Small hands.
Small hands. I don't even know who this guy is. If anyone has a picture of him, post it in the chat. Don't post anything with like nudes or anything. Just try to find a picture of him where he's not naked. So I want to see what this guy looks like. But yeah, Martha comes out and then Tony comes out and just basically tries to dry hump her essentially. And he's just
that was fucking weird. What the hell?
And then he's hugging her.
Like a fucking geek.
And then he's hugging her. And like, of course, they had to make memes about it. I had to make a meme about it. I'll post that in the chat right now. And that was just awkward as fuck. Like, what the fuck? And then she just makes this really long-winded promo, which I know the whole. I just posted it. Oh, there he is. Oh, I think I've seen him before.
I think I've seen him. The small hands.
Anyways, let's go to
hands for House of Black.
Jesus Christ.
Fit.
But she makes this very long-winded promo, which is just like, you want to not be a dick and be like, okay, her husband died.
All right, lady.
But then it's just like, even Julian Cannon, who I was in, he usually makes like a Facebook group chat, or not a group chat, but like a group forum for pay-per-views, and he's like, all right, Martha, hurry it up. And it's just like, Adam looked like he was just happy to be there, but at the same time it looked like he was waiting in line at the DMV. And then and then she's hugging Britt, and it's just like, both of them look like they didn't have a hair out of place. They look like they just got ready and didn't even sell the fact that they were hurt or just had a wrestling match. So I don't know. This whole tournament was a waste of time. A lot of what AEW does is out of spite, and this whole tournament was basically out of spite.
WWE, you can't have the rights to Owen Hart, but we can. I'm Tony Khan. Damn it! God damn it!
It's like Sony. It's like, we'll let Marvel have Spider-Man, but we're gonna make our own Spider-Verse movies. Take that, Kevin Feige.
We're gonna make Madam Web, damn it.
We're gonna make Madam Web. We're gonna make Kraven the Hunter, and fuck, we might even make Silver Sable.
Good lord.
We'll make a Jackpot movie. What do you think about that?
Oh god. Jackpot.
Oh god. Anyways.
Give me a fucking break.
Anyways, next match. Another six man.
Oh god.
American.
All these 6-mans. Tony Khan thinking about an orgy at the damn show or what?
Yeah, with Martha Hart.
Oh god! Put it in your nose.
She was like, before you come, I want you to say, enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
Oh god.
He's like, I'm Owen.
Put the Owen Hart mask on.
I want you to be the Blue Blazer, and then fuck me.
I want you to do a dive straight into my vajayjay.
Oh, that was funny.
Tony Khan, oh good lord.
Anyways, tell me you're a nugget. Tell me you're a nugget. Oh, Jesus Christ! All right, let's get serious. Let's get serious. We have a lot to cover. American Top Team: Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, and Paige Van Zant with Dan Lambert versus freaking Kazarian, Sammy Guevara, and Tony and Tay Conti. Since American Top Team won, neither Kazarian nor Guevara are allowed to challenge for the TNT Championship. Again, as long as Sky is champion. So,
Did you just call him Gay Vera?
I didn't, but sure, we'll go with that. Gay Vera. Sammy Gay Vera kissing his, pretending that he's attracted to Tay Conti.
This ass is mine.
Yeah, this ass, all this female ass. See me? I love it. I love that ass. I love that just juicy, fat vagina. It's like, what the fuck? Makes my penis erect.
I get really, really up there.
Oh my god! Just makes me want to have consensual, sexual sex.
Keith Lee speaking around the corner, taking notes. Consensual sex. Got it.
Oh. It's like, oh yeah, and her nipples. Oh yeah, and then Keith's like, oh, this is getting me very hot and bothered.
Areolas.
I might have to go. I might have. Excuse me while I go relieve some stress.
Oh, Mia.
Just like
Walks up the macchiato.
this is.
Oh, come here, Mia. Oh, no! Don't touch me.
This is so much more interesting than the match itself. All right, yeah. This is the point in the night where I'm like, how many more fucking matches are there?
Yeah, right. Paige Van Zandt, I thought she looked good. For what
she. I'm the opposite. She was pretty bad. Like she, like okay, it's a little.
I didn't mean the ring. I meant.
Oh, she looked good. Okay, she looked good physically, but in the ring she was not good. Like she's not.
She need work.
She's not Ronda. She's definitely not Shayna. She's not even Thunder Rosa.
Hell, she's not even Marina Shafir.
Ooh. Man, you really went there.
Woo. Marina Shafir is pretty damn bad, which is a damn shame considering who her husband is.
It's
Roderick
just
Strong ain't good for nothing. He's one of the best fucking wrestlers in the world.
I just imagine Bryan Danielson and Roderick Strong just like having a date night and being like, well, they're good for something.
Pop is really, really good because goddamn, no one knows they can't get in the ring and wrestle for shit.
Oh no, but it's just a lot of heels. Like Kazarian's supposed to be the face ? But you know, Sammy Guevara and Tay are just making out and just accepting the fact that they're quote unquote heels.
Yeah.
So it's just I didn't care about the match. Didn't care. This is another match this is
fucking heel turn at this point.
This is another match that should have been on Rampage.
Yeah.
Next is Kyle O'Reilly versus Darby Allin in a singles match. The match was 9 minutes.
Another match that should have been on fucking Rampage or something.
Yeah, it's just like
I like both guys. I mean, Kyle O'Reilly's, he's good for what he is, and fucking Darby Allin is great too. But it should have been on fucking Rampage.
Yeah, I mean it was fine. It was fine for what it was, but it's just like, okay, should have been on Rampage. I get the storyline that Kyle broke quote unquote Sting's ankle, so why not Darby just like want revenge and be like fuck him out of his match with Samoa Joe on Dynamite, and then just be like you want revenge, I want revenge too. Let's settle this on Rampage. Like do that. Yeah. So
build the show up.
Yeah. Moving on. You have Thunder Rosa defending the AEW Women's Championship against Serena Deeb. This is probably the best match of the night. Because okay, we give Rosa shit, and it's not because of Rosa. It's the company. They're not booking. They have not booked her for shit. No,
nothing.
And it's just like when Rosa's working, she's the best one in the company, and Deeb is probably right up there with her. So these two had a good match. Of course, there were some botch spots, but overall, good match. Best match of the night, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Serena Deeb really is a professor in that fucking ring, and then Thunder Rosa is definitely worthy of having that title. The downside of it is that Tony Khan is not putting any type of interest in her whatsoever. As champion is a fucking shame. That's got to change. It's got to change. Was she on tonight, by the way?
Rosa?
Yeah.
No.
See what I mean? She should have been out there. Was Britt Baker on tonight?
Yep.
Okay. You got fucking Britt Baker and you got Jade on, but not your women, your world, as they say, their words, not mine, not yours. World Women's Champion is not on the fucking show. But Britt Baker is. Come on, man. Fuck out of here.
The tag team champions are on tonight. The TBS champion, the world champion opened the show, which we'll talk about later. Not the women's champion. If I missed it, because I did step out of the room for a little bit, but if I missed anything, did Rosa even appear for 5 seconds?
Well, that's still a poor job, anyways. Because why should women's champion only appear in 5 seconds when you're giving Britt Baker, who is not the women's champion, a fucking all this spotlight? What the fuck?
All right, next match. You have the Anarchy.
I'm gonna get angry.
Okay, good. Anarchy in the Arena match. You have the Jericho Appreciation Society versus the Blackpool Combat Club, along with Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz. Jericho Appreciation Society won. I missed the match live because I was watching Game 7 of the conference finals.
I don't blame you.
And I had to go rewatch this, and it's basically everything you thought the match was going to be. I'm going to sound like Jim Cornette. I'm going to do my best Jim Cornette impression here.
Bunch of jackals.
Bunch of outlaw mudshow fucks, untrained outlaw jackoffs that don't know anything about wrestling. That bunch of
Backing off on the wrestling business.
Shindy bullshit. Unnecessary. I mean, there was going to be bleeding, but there was a point in the match where I would see a guy disappear, and then 5 seconds later he's already bleeding. I'm like, how did that happen?
He's fucking bleeding off camera.
And then whatchamacallit, Eddie Kingston tried to set Bryan Danielson and Jericho on fire and then I believe it was Jericho and Hager that got this submission on. I think it was Danielson or Santana, one of those two. So the match was everything I thought it'd be. But what'd you think?
What you just said, man. It was just a fucking crazy brawl, a lot of bleeding.
It's Danielson.
Danielson, they roped him into this. It's just, okay, whatever. I don't know. I don't like Jericho and his guys. I don't like them in a kayfabe sense. I don't like them in a... I just want all these guys to be fired and off my television screen, for God's sakes. I don't like 2.0. I don't like Daniel Garcia. I don't give a fuck if he knows how to do a triple threat wrist lock. I don't care. He's got no charisma. He's got no personality. I don't care if Chris Jericho slaps on a fucking hat on him and gives him a fucking leather jacket. Ooh! I got a hat and a leather jacket, too. Does that make me... Then again, you know what? I could probably be on AEW TV tomorrow rocking my hat and leather jacket. But that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is this guy doesn't have what it takes to be, in my opinion, somebody that should be wrestling on television. And you have guys who are way better than this guy getting underpaid, and this fucking guy is the guy that's getting paid on television. And he's not even doing his gimmick right now either. Being this technical wrestler guy with no knee pads and I'm angry technical wrestling guy even though I'm 181 pounds. Take me seriously. Get out of here. I just don't I don't like any of those guys. Jake Hager sucks. How the fuck do you were in WWE for almost a decade, you still blow ass in 2022? Come on, man. It makes no sense whatsoever to me. It's mind-boggling to me. He is the total opposite of FTR. He did not get better at all since leaving WWE. If anything,
Nope.
he's got worse. Feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Still does not cut a promo for shit. Nor does he have a commanding presence. Still, he still looks silly and goofy, and it doesn't hurt that he talks with a lisp either. It's so like he's garbage. Jericho just every time I just hear that fucking Judas song, see Chris Jericho, I just moan and groan and just reach for the remote or just click away or whatever the fuck. I can't take it. I love all the guys on the other team though. I mean, Lord knows I love Santana and Ortiz. I think those guys are great. Those guys are boys that are product of HOG and a bunch of other New York independents. So I'm a little biased when it comes to those guys, but those guys are great guys as well. And they know how to perform, and I feel like that AEW run overall has been very, very underwhelming. And don't be surprised if those guys leave. Will they go to WWE? I don't know, because both guys are family guys, and they do like being home. They do like the AEW schedule for not being on the road 24/7. So that's one thing that they do like about AEW, which is why they went there to begin with. Because they got offers from both NXT and AEW around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the fact that they wanted to be home with their kids and stuff like that, because both of them have kids now. But they just underwhelming. And King and Bryan and Mox are great, but it's just I can't watch these guys wrestle Jericho and his crew. I just can't. This is not the Pinnacle and Inner Circle from last year. I can tell you that right now.
Well,
Because I thought the Inner Circle was very, very corny, and I love the Pinnacle. I just thought the Pinnacle was a great collection of talent, but the Inner Circle to me was corny. But I mean, that was good. This is not. I don't find this feud interesting between any of these guys. I don't. I think it's something to keep all these guys away from the title. Jericho away from the title. Kingston away from the title. Bryan and fucking Mox away from titles. But I mean, it's the worst way possible because it's a bunch of bullshit. Like, I don't care.
well,
I do like the BCC. I like the concept and stuff like that. And Bryan and Mox that's like a super dream team for technical wrestling, brawling expertise. For that type of style. But I'm just not heavy on this whole program that they got going on.
I'm just gonna say it. Moxley sucks. Like he sucks. To me, he's probably the most boring wrestler out there today.
Really?
Like, he left a high-paying job because he wants to do his garbage deathmatch shit. Okay, good. More power to him, but it's just like, you're really not that interesting. I mean, I didn't see his FCW, or his CZW shit from back in the day. I didn't see anything else he did. But
it's kind of crazy because speaking of FCW, his FCW work was good. It was good.
Yeah, it's just like,
maybe it's the jeans. Maybe he needs to go back to wearing the trunks again to be interesting.
I don't know why this fucking bothers me when he does it. Why doesn't he ever wear fucking wrist tape? Like, that just, I don't know why, but that just bothers me. But it's just like,
he doesn't wear wrist tape.
Yeah, I don't know why, but whenever wrestlers don't wear wrist tape or knee pads, like when Cody was doing that for the longest time, like in his early days, I'm like, dude, put on some fucking knee pads. Like, I don't know.
You got chicken legs, bro.
I don't know why that fucking bothers me, but it's just like, Moxley sucks. Like, he's content on every match always having to be a fucking outlaw mud show, long, uninteresting. It's just like, the only thing he has going for him is that he can cut a promo, and that's not even that interesting anymore.
Yeah, especially when you're standing next to Eddie Kingston, who kind of blows him out of the water.
Like, Kingston is so much better on promos. I mean, him in the ring, it's another story. Him on the mic is much better. They dragged Bryan Danielson, who was the hottest heel in the company, and then they put him in this faction for whatever reason. They bring in William Regal, who they should have just made him like a commissioner or like an authority figure. But no, they decided to make him a manager.
Hell, I would have took him as Bryan's fucking manager.
Not even a manager. I don't even.
At its latest.
I don't even want him as a manager. Bryan Danielson doesn't need a manager.
No, he doesn't. But like to help get some aggression and stuff out of Bryan. Like, I mean, I would appreciate that.
Danielson can be aggressive on his own. Like, Regal should have just been the authority figure because this show needs it. And
but Tony Khan doesn't want any authority figures.
I know.
That's the problem.
I know, but it's just like, it's wrestling. It's a show. It's fake. We know it's fake. Just have the fucking commissioner. Have William Regal be the guy that does the jobs that Tony doesn't want to do. Like, Tony needs to be the behind-the-scenes guy. He needs to be what Dixie Carter should have been and just stay his ass in the fucking office.
Oh, no. He's gonna be on TV soon. Don't you fret.
Oh God. Anyways, let's move on because this is annoying me.
He is just
basically Moxie sucks. And Kingston. I would say Kingston is a much better version of Bully Ray, in my opinion. Next is the three.
Eddie was good before all the injuries. So when people poo-poo on his work, I'm like, it's kind of unfair to him because he's been dealing with the shoulder problems for a long time. So he's kind of like he's at like maybe a 75%, just trying to work through it. You know, him and Homicide have the same problems. So it's like whenever people poo-poo on the work, I'm like, he's like a 75%, just like Jeff Hardy. Like, and maybe do they? I don't know. Like, maybe do they need to retire and stuff like that? I think that maybe Homicide and Kingston could and should call it a day, even though selfishly and for, like I said, for more personal and biased reasons, I'd hate that. But you know, for their sakes and for their health, you know, you gotta do what you have to do. But Mox or King, unlike a guy like Jeff Hardy, he can be an asset on screen without being in the ring. Like, he can be a mouthpiece for somebody, you know? So, I don't know.
Next is the three-way tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. You have Jurassic Express with Christian versus Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, and Team Taz, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Ricky Starks. Probably the second best match of the night. Jurassic Express won, which, bleh.
Me off.
I mean, I was fine. I wanted Hobbs and Ricky to win it. I mean, I would have been fine with Lee and Swerve winning, but just this was the perfect opportunity to take out the Jurassic Express because, again, like Rosa, they haven't been doing anything since they became tag champions.
And fucking Luchasaurus is just a sack of shit, man. And fucking Jungle Boy, I like Jungle Boy, but Jungle Boy's boring. Like, he has no real personality. He doesn't cut promos. When he does, it just sucks. If you didn't know any better, you wouldn't even think he's a fucking son of a famous actor that was on television on hit shows.
It's like, you know what? You want a good laugh?
Yeah.
Somebody on Twitter posted Jungle Boy is a draw whether you like it or not.
No way. Stop it.
And I'm like, what? Drawing what? Pictures? Or a bath?
Coloring books? AEW should do that. Jurassic Express coloring book. There you go. You're welcome, Tony.
Yeah, best way to sell it. Tagline: Be the biggest draw.
The biggest draw.
Jungle Boy, look, I'm a draw. Anyways, go ahead. And Anna Jay has to pretend that she's attracted to him. Anyways, go ahead.
You'd be surprised a lot. I know a lot of girls that fucking.
Okay. He's not an ugly guy in the least bit. I mean, like, she has to pretend that she is fucking him. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, she went from 10 to that. So yeah, no, I understand your point.
And -1. Anyways, go ahead.
Oh, good lord. Ooh. Yeah, that kid's getting more ass and more attention than probably a lot of people on a lot of the AEW fan base. But I digress. Jungle Boy, they need to do something with him quick. I was thinking about this the other day because me and my friend Logan, who, you know, Logan's on Twitter, you know, she calls herself Jungle Girl because they have the same hairstyle and shit like that. I was talking to her, and I said, what if Jungle Boy like cut his hair and started doing like a Beverly Hills 90210 type gimmick? I think that could get over and get some heat. But the thing is that he would need to learn how to cut a fucking promo in order for that to work. And she was like, well, you could just watch his dad. Or watch certain characters that maybe was on the show. And I'm like, you know what? That's a good idea. Maybe they should do something like that, because eventually this guy's going to have to evolve. And I think him mooching off the fact that his father was on a bunch of famous television shows, even to his dying day, even though I didn't watch that shitty-ass show he was on the CW, but he was on popular shows. I think it would be in Jungle Boy's best interest as he gets older, because he can't be Jungle Boy forever. As he gets older, maybe gets a little bit bigger, that he cuts the hair or just adapt an attitude. My shit don't stink. I'm a Hollywood prince, if you will. You know, something stupid like that. I think that could be way more interesting than Jungle Boy as he gets bigger and older.
Right. Right.
Once again, if you use my idea, credit me.
Yeah, Tony Khan, please work for my company, RJ.
Oh, good lord.
All
right, Tony, I'll come work for you, but you got to stay your ass all the way in that corner, dog. I don't want no cocaine residue on me, dog.
Hey. Hey,
damn it.
Hey, homie, would you like some cocaine?
Oh no, hell no! Get that shit away from me.
Are you sure?
I think he probably fired me after that. I'll take that cocaine and chuck it.
Tony seems like the type of white guy that would refer to all his black friends as homie.
Yeah, right. What's up?
What's up, homie?
How are you?
I got some fine bitches in my hotel room.
Oh, that's good to know, man. How much did you pay them?
All right, let's move on to the main event. Main event, AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Hangman Adam Page defending against CM Punk. The match was 25 minutes and 40 seconds. I believe it was the longest match of the night, which makes sense.
As it should be. It's the main event. It should be long.
Right. I was going to say that. Punk wins, which again we both agreed. You're going to have Punk in your company. Put the title on him whenever you can, because he's even mentioned on occasion, I don't know how long I'll be here, but I'm going to have fun. I think, honestly, I think you maybe have like at least another year or two of Punk. Like,
especially based off this fucking match. Oh my god.
The match itself, I'll say this.
Punk was fucking botcherific in this match, wasn't he not?
Yes. The match itself wasn't terrible, but it's just like...
No, it wasn't.
I think these two just didn't match up well. In my opinion, like this certainly wasn't the best Punk match we've seen, but this might have been the best Adam Page match that he's had. Or let me rephrase that. This was probably the best match that Adam Page has had, or one of the best matches, and this is nowhere near the best match that Punk has had. And just a lot of botches, like Punk trying to do a buckshot twice, and then falling, like botching it, and it's just like, Punk,
hey, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Stop trying to do way too much, bro.
And then he even joked about it. He's like, telling FTR, don't ever let me do a buckshot again. And I couldn't tell if Page was actually hurt or selling the fact that he was hurt after he did the moonsault off the top rope, which again, Page, what is he, like 5'9", 5'10"? Like, just
something like that.
Stop fucking doing that. Don't do that anymore. I'm gonna tell Charlotte the same thing. Charlotte, stop fucking doing the moonsault. Like, you don't need.
It works better with a smaller guy. Charlotte's like fucking 6 foot tall and trying to do a fucking moonsault. It's like when her opponents are like inches, feet shorter than her. Like, no, like, stop it.
Yes, it's just the big people, whether you're men or women, do not do moonsaults. Don't do like missile drop kicks. Like, if you're gonna do something on the top rope, do like an axe handle. That's all. Do that. Just all you have to do is do that. Don't do dives. Don't do dives or any shit like that. So, the match itself was fine, but it just wasn't that great. Punk wins, of course, because the end of the match I thought was a little clever, because there's a point in the match where Page is, clotheslining Punk into where the timekeepers are, and he has the belt and he's saying, "You'll never be champion," blah blah blah. He gets him in the ring. Punk goes for a GTS, but then knocks the referee out, which I started to groan. I'm like, are they going to do a fuck finish? And then, Page looks at the belt, and then he's like conflicted. He's like, what should I do? What should I do? Which I listened to Cornette talk about, and he made a good point where it's just like a lot of Adam Page's gimmick since being in AEW has been confliction, where it's like, I'm sad, I'm drinking because, blah blah blah. I don't want to be friends with the Young Bucks. I don't want to be friends with Kenny. I'll be friends with the Young Bucks, but fuck Kenny. I'll be friends with the Dark Order and ride around on my oversized lawnmower. But fuck the Dark Order. It's like, and that kind of made sense. Where it's just like, okay, if you're gonna be a heel, be a heel. If you're gonna be a face, be a face. So I don't know, but he ends up putting down. Sorry, Amber Alert. He ends up putting down the title and then goes for a buckshot. Punk reverses into a GTS. 1, 2, 3. Punk is your new world champion. And then tonight on Dynamite, they open a show with a 6-man. Was Punk and FTR versus, the Acclaimed minus Anthony Bowens, but with the ass boys. Nice way to open the show. Punk is on the mic, talks about Forbidden Door, and then says, bring up my opponent. And I think it was Tanahashi.
Hiroshi Tanahashi.
So that's going to be his opponent at I was going to say TakeOver at Forbidden Door.
I'm surprised they didn't go with Kenta.
That
would have been interesting. GTS versus GTS. There's a story there. And at least Punk, they have something there. Like Tanahashi and Punk. Like I don't know. Like I don't think that's gonna work out the way that too. I don't know.
But what you think about the match and Punk winning?
Oh, you talking about the title match?
Yeah.
I thought the match was fine, minus the spots, the bot spots, and Punk winning was the right way to go because at least he's a guy that's his name holds weight still, so people are gonna want to check him out. Page did everything right as far as the in-ring work goes, but he just didn't feel like the man. It reminds me, and I think Kevin touched on this earlier when him and Mitch did the show. It reminds me of when Punk was champion the first time. When he cashed in on Edge, like he didn't feel like the man either. And so it's kind of ironic that Punk took the title off a guy who was in a similar position as him. Punk did as much as he could with that run too, as they would let him in that first run.
Well,
but
I don't.
I don't think Adam's the man like that. He doesn't have a larger than life personality to carry the company like that on that type of level yet. We all thought we wanted it with the story,
right.
But it just didn't cash in the way that we had hoped.
I wouldn't say he was like Punk. I would say, well, the difference between him and Punk is like Punk's first title reign was rushed because he was Money in the Bank champion, or not champion, but Money in the Bank winner. I would compare Adam Page's title reign to Drew's, whereas they're kind of identical as far as their character because they look like what the company wants a champion to be. But like Jeff Lippman has always said, the problem that Page and Drew have is that when they talk, you don't believe them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Drew's best attributes, like he was like whenever they decide to push him and put him in the program with Brock, and then obviously before COVID happened, he was getting over. Like he was starting to get over with the fans, but then creative has this knack for, hey, what if he was John Cena? It's like, no, he's not John Cena. Like, let John Cena be John Cena. Let Drew be Drew. Let Drew be a badass.
Brute guy. Like, let him be a badass.
Like Adam Page, like it's just he's supposed to be cowboy shit, and it's just like, yeah, you're cowboy, shit. Like you're a shit cowboy, and it's just, I wanted Adam Page to succeed, and it's just he just wasn't succeeding, and it didn't help that when he became the champion, he was off TV for like 2 weeks, for like the first 2 weeks, and he just I don't buy anything that he says, and I don't know if it's just like the people writing for him, or supposedly in AEW you're allowed creative freedom, but which I think is bullshit. I mean, at least I think they're giving him bullet points, but it just what he says isn't coming off right. And unfortunately, again, his title reign wasn't very good. He was, out of everyone in AEW, he was the weakest world champion. You know, Kenny was more interesting than him, and I'm not a Kenny fan. And Kenny, I think, had a better title reign than him. Because at least Kenny's a heel. He knows how to be a heel. And that worked for him, because naturally Kenny is kind of an annoying prick.
And I said that the other night, because somebody was like, Hangman was the best world champion. I'm like, you fucking kidding me?
No.
I'm not a Kenny Omega fan, but Kenny Omega was probably... Kenny Omega, in my opinion, is the best. He was the best AEW champion.
Right.
Like I said, I'm not a Kenny Omega fan whatsoever, but I got to give the devil his due. The title felt it meant something when he had it. He felt like the man. He felt like the prick you wanted to beat. You wanted to see him lose the fucking belt, character-wise, and maybe even if you don't like him, you wanted to see him lose it. Period. You know. Hangman was just, I don't know, man. Like, it just didn't click, man. The stuff with Cole didn't make it any better, which is a shame because those guys go way back, and you would have thought they would have had a great feud, but didn't pan out the way that was supposed to. And I think that was the nail in the coffin, honestly.
Right.
The stuff with Cole, I think that was the nail in the coffin. And yeah, he had a nice run as far as in-ring work goes, but I just think that Hangman's missing something. He's missing that oomph to make him feel like the man. Because, like I said, as much as I don't like Kenny, at least Kenny knows who he is, and Kenny has that oomph. Kenny had swagger when he was the champ. It was weird, but he had swagger. You know, so I just think Hangman's got to do. They have to do something to help get him to that next level. I don't know. So.
All right. What are your highlights and lowlights of this pay-per-view?
Highlights of this pay-per-view? When Rush and Andrade came on screen.
Oh, yeah.
Announcing that partnership and his arrival to AEW. That's a big deal. I'm a big Los Ingobernables fan. So seeing those two together, and I've been saying it for a long time. You can go back, these shows with Monty. I've said, look, Andrade's at his best when he has one of his boys at his side. They kept on trying to put him with all these other Zelina Vega and all these other people, and they tried to dump Matt Hardy's shitty-ass tag team filled faction onto him, and he can't carry these fucking guys. I'm sorry, he just can't. He has his best friend who is going to get the charisma out of Andrade. This is going to work. I got high hopes for this. Rush is going to get the best out of Andrade. And Andrade is great in the ring. He's great in the ring, but as far as like promos, charisma, I have a feeling we're going to really see what we saw in Mexico. We're going to see La Sombra just maskless. And Rush. And that's going to be... That may not be a big deal to people that don't know, but if you do know, you know it's going to be a big deal for Andrade moving forward. And look, hey, they got the Forbidden Door coming soon. What would be even greater if they could bring Naito and Sonata's hurt, but Naito and at least Bushi in because, they blessed Naito to start Los Ingobernables de Japón, the Japanese version. And yeah, like I would love to see a reunion between all four of them. I think that'd be pretty good for the Forbidden Door, and I would actually look forward to seeing that if that does happen. But that's just me. I'm a Los Ingobernables fan. Period. I love both factions, and I just love the aura of these guys because these guys were baby faces. So let me run it down for you real quick because you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but. Rush and Andrade was supposed to be these big baby faces. And then so was Naito. Tatsuya Naito was supposed to be these big baby faces. for the future of CMLL, respectively, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. But that didn't happen. The fans they wouldn't really form like that. So instead of pulling the WWE like they did with Roman Reigns all that time and just, let's keep on pushing them as a big baby face, they turned these guys heels. And these guys became these ungovernable, I don't give a fuck heels. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do whatever I want on my time and dime, looking good while doing it. And that's why Andrade was wearing the suits, and even in the beginning in NXT, why he was wearing the straps and all that other stuff, you know. They're ungovernable guys, you know, that's the whole basis. And, like, they're just these rebel guys. And I think that it looks better in a faction. And they tried to, you know, slap Vega with Andrade in NXT, and it was cool, but that's not what he needed. He needed another man with him, one of his best friends. And like I said, I think this is going to work for AEW. That's probably the best signing they could have made all year long, in my opinion. Because, I mean, you can sign all these ex-WWE guys all you want, but Roosh is a star. Roosh looks like a star. He looks like money. He's a bigger dude. I think Roosh is like 6 foot tall. Could be wrong on that, but he's a bigger guy. He looks like money. He works well, and he's you're gonna be surprised, Drew. He's not a guy that does too much, like flips and flops and all that other shit either. Like he's more of a technical wrestler more than anything, despite being a luchador. And but he's really good. I think you're gonna like Roosh. If you've never seen his work before, I think you're really gonna like him.
So what you're saying is he's gonna be on Rampage?
I would hope not. I think I'd be pissed.
Okay. Like, maybe clear. I don't know much about the guy. I'm not saying I want him to fail. I'm just at this point I'm just jaded. I'm a jaded wrestling fan, and but
it very well could happen. But if it does happen, that's a shame on Tony Khan.
I mean, if the guy's as good as you say he is, and I don't doubt you because you watch. You know about more of like the indie and like the non-WWE AEW stuff than me. So usually I'll go to you for this. I'm like, RJ, who's this? Like, so I trust you at your word, but it's just like AEW's track.
You don't have no faith.
AEW's track record is, you know, hey, let's bring in this guy, and he's on Rampage.
Yeah, right. I mean, how you bring John Morrison in, to have him on fucking Rampage last week? Like, I mean, to me that's a waste of that guy's fucking talent. But I guess luckily for Johnny, he's all over the place anyway, so I don't think Johnny's hurting at all.
I don't think he gives
Johnny's
a fuck.
Johnny's gonna be in Progress Wrestling, actually, competing for the Progress World Title. So I think that's interesting, given that, you know, Progress still has their partnership with WWE.
Right.
So yeah, I think that should be pretty good. But yeah.
All right, that is
that was my highlight. My low light was just
everything.
everything else. I did not care. Like, I popped huge when I saw Roosh on the TV screen and they did the whole Los Ingobernables fist bump. Like, I mean, because that was a lot. Because like I said, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that faction, and I wanted to see Andrade do well. Because, like I said, I was a fan of La Sombra. I was a fan of Andrade when he was in NXT, when he turned it around. And I just think his run in AEW stinks. It's stinky. But I think his best friend is here now, and I think he is going to really show out now.
Let's see. My highlights, the Women's Championship match and the Tag Team title match. My lowlights,
Brody King.
Brody King sucks. Everything else on the show just did not need to be this long. Did not need to be 13 matches. You could have cut out 6 matches, and all you had was 7, including a pre-show. So I was 8 matches. That's all you need. You don't need 13 matches. Just like, I mean, fuck. If you're going to do this, do it on Saturday at least, so that way, you know, people don't have something to do the next day. But, you know, just I don't have the time to go on about this because we still got more to cover. But that was Double or Nothing, people. Let's see. Let's breeze through NXT not Takeover, but NXT In Your House this Saturday. I'll be honest, I haven't been paying attention to NXT 2.0 lately. Just hasn't really been keeping my interest. But let's breeze through the matches. Let's breeze through Hell in a Cell, and let's get to questions and call it a night. We are at an hour and 39. So, all right. First match. In Your House is this Saturday. First match in order. Singles match for the NXT North American Championship. You have Cameron Grimes versus Carmelo Hayes. I guess they're going to keep it on Grimes because they want to keep this title reign going, and Hayes, to me, is kind of, in my opinion, kind of lost his luster a little bit. What do you think?
I think Carmelo Hayes needs to be called up to the main roster at this point.
Agreed.
Because that what you just said. There's no need to beat him over and over again, which is I think he will take the L in this matchup because I think they're building Solo to take it from Grimes. This match is almost pointless to me. I mean, it's going to be a good match, don't get me wrong, but it's pointless in my opinion.
Agreed. Next is the NXT.
Cameron Grimes will retain. So.
Next is NXT Tag Team Championships. Pretty Deadly versus the Creed Brothers.
Yes, boy.
Oh God.
Pretty Deadly. I'm sorry. Look, Pretty Deadly. I've been watching them ever since it was on NXT UK. These guys are fucking great, and they're what they need to be. They are what is missing in wrestling. They're characters, and they're fucking hella dedicated to them. I like the Creed brothers. I'm probably one of the only few that really likes them. I think Julius and Brutus, I think they're getting better. They have some issues, but that's why they're in NXT. They're ironing out some issues and stuff like that. But I like Brutus and Julius. I don't know if I would end Pretty Deadly's run right now. But on the same breath though, Pretty Deadly could, because they're good, they could afford a loss and get it back at another time. So I'm going with the Creed brothers to take it.
I go with Pretty Deadly because, like you said, they just won, so don't just take it off them. Next is Women's Tag Team Championships. You have Toxic Attraction versus Katana Chance and Kaden Carter.
Can we finally give those girls the belts? Good Lord. They're the longest reigning NXT tag team. Katana, Chance, and fucking Kaden Carter. They've been a tag team ever since, late 2019? And they haven't done anything at all. It's time. They got to put the belts on these girls. They got to. Otherwise, break them up at this point. Like, seriously. They've been together for like 3 or 4 years. They got to break them up if they don't win the titles. They got to win. I like Toxic Attraction. Lord knows I love me some Gigi Dolan. That woman is just magnifico. But I think Katana and Kaden got to win those belts to solidify them as a team moving forward. Because I mean, right now they need it. They need those belts more than Toxic Attraction.
I would say keep it on Toxic Attraction.
Right.
Because
I mean, I don't blame you for making that decision, but I just feel like, okay, who else is left? Who's left? I mean, besides the tag team that I think they might wind up doing. I don't know what you feel about this, and I don't know if me and you talked about this or not, but I have this weird feeling that they're gonna make Roxanne and Cora Jade a fucking tag team. I mean, I have a feeling. I don't think they want to give them too.
I was thinking that
too much, too soon.
When you were saying that, I was thinking, I'm like, don't say Cora Jade and Roxy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll just have a feeling they're gonna make those two a tag team. Because like I said, I don't think they want to give either one of them too much too soon. But what's the next best thing besides winning the NXT Women's Championship? Tag team titles.
They're both the same age, and Roxy is like 1,000 times better than Cora.
I know, and I think we talked about that before.
And
like she is.
Like, and I know anytime I bring up Cora's bad, you'll tell me it's NXT. That's what it's for. I'm like,
It's NXT. Yeah.
but why is Cora bad then? Like she sucks. Can we just say she sucks? Like, can we just admit she's bad?
She was in Indies too as Elena Black, and like some of that stuff was just okay at best. But I don't know. It's just not. I don't know. It's not clicking. Maybe it's because she's going up against other green girls too. I mean, that could be something we have to look at as well. Because let's be honest, Drew, this ain't the NXT of old where we had established in-ring workers. We got a lot of green girls in that fucking ring.
Yeah, maybe I'm just being picky, but it's just like okay, answer me this question: Have they given up on Cora after they tried to make her a thing with Natalya?
No, I just think that I think they see the future in those girls, and I just think they don't want to repeat some of the mistakes they made with Paige and some of the other younger people that they've given a little bit too much to. That they're giving a little bit too much too soon to. They gave Paige the world, and what happened? We know what happened there.
It's like she ended up getting some cock. She got Xavier. She got Xavier's cock. She got Brad Maddox's.
Shazam on the belt.
And it's just like, and it's just, and I just still think of Asuka licking the belt.
Bailey kissing it, Sasha kissing it, Charlotte kissing it. They've all kissed it. Like,
ooh, come on, Asuka's belt.
Oh, good lord! As she licks the cum crust off of it, all the fucking pink diamonds.
Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah.
NXT Women's Championship: Mandy Rose versus Wendy Chu. The whole Wendy Chu thing is
the Wendy Chu is the best you got.
Apparently,
I liked it better when she was like 5,000 years old.
Like,
she's really tiny. I didn't realize how tiny she was. She's really small. I hate the gimmick. Gimmick is not appealing whatsoever.
Nope.
I can't take it seriously. She can wrestle. She's a good wrestler. I've seen her in Ring of Honor. She's a good wrestler. But this fucking gimmick, and I don't know, man. I'm not digging it. I don't feel it at all. It does nothing for me. It does nothing for me.
Nope.
And I can understand if you gave like, okay, one of those green girls, modeling girls or whatnot, if you gave one of them this gimmick, maybe I could probably like excuse it for being like maybe a little cutesy and stuff like that. Maybe if it was like a modeling chick, like I said, fresh out of the modeling catalog, she don't know what she's doing. Like, I can excuse that. But the fact that this girl can wrestle, that's the part that annoys me even more than just the gimmick alone. Because in wrestling, we have silly gimmicks, obviously. They're going to be there. They're going to be around. We ain't breaking any new ground there. But it's just the fact that this girl can fucking wrestle. And that's the best you got for this girl?
Yep.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Alright, so Mandy Rose.
Mandy Rose for the win, all the way. At this point, who does Mandy Rose lose the fucking belt? Or is Roxanne gonna? Like I said, I smell that tag team coming a mile away, man. Especially if Katana and Kaden don't win these fucking belts. I don't know, Drew. I think we're gonna be. I don't know. I just don't know where they're gonna go because all the other girls are heels.
You think they'll wait? You think they'll wait for Nikita Lyons?
Nikita Lyons got herself in some hot water.
Oh no, we'll get to that. That's actually one of our questions. We'll get to that. Let's move on.
She's not exactly America's sweetheart right now, but I don't know, man. I don't know who's gonna get that fucking belt off of Mandy because, like I said, all the other girls are heels. Nikita, Roxanne, and fucking. Oh, wait a minute, Baby Rock. I forgot. Baby Rock might. I don't know. Baby Rock might actually beat fucking Mandy Rose for the belt. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can see it.
Oh, God.
I think I just answered my own question.
All right.
She got her name, so that means she's getting closer to getting ready to be in that ring.
Mm-hmm.
Baby
All right.
Rock. I don't know. We got to see what she can do.
All right.
But wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Next match, a 6-man tag team match. Tony D'Angelo, along with Channing Stacks Lorenzo and Troy Two Dimes Donovan, versus Legado del Fantasma, along with Elektra Lopez. The losing team joins the winning team's stable.
What?
That's the stipulation, apparently. Like I said, I haven't been paying attention to NXT lately, so that's the stipulation.
I didn't know about the stipulation part, but
I know they're feuding, but yeah.
yeah. I mean, I know about that. I kind of made a little bit of a joke about two of my friends. Because I have two friends, one straight up Italian and the other one's Mexican and Italian, and both of their fathers do business. And I was like, man, this is like if both of their families started feuding with each other. That's what it reminded me of. But Legado del Fantasma is going to lose this match, right? I mean, they almost have to.
I guess.
And I think the new Italian guy they've been hyping up on NXT lately, who I think is Fabian Aichner, by the way, underneath a new gimmick, Giovanni Vinci or something like that. Vinny V. Vucci.
Vinny Vucci.
Yeah, I think he's going to cost fucking Legado the match, and I think he's going to be aligned with Tony D'Angelo. You can't have two Italian guys on the same show almost rocking the same gimmick without having them be aligned somehow. So I think he's gonna debut by fucking causing Legado this fucking match. And I think they want to turn Legado del Fantasma to humble and baby faces. Because the crowd wants to like them. The crowd, it's their theme song. They chant for them, but they're still doing heelish shit. So I think they kind of want to go down a route where they kind of humble Escobar and the two other guys, storyline wise, obviously, and turn them into these fun-loving baby faces.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, Legado's going to take the L on this one. All right, let's go to what I think is going to be the main event. NXT Championship, Braun Breaker versus Joe Gacy. If Breaker is disqualified, he will lose the championship.
I hate stipulations like that. Why? Like, just why? Why would you do that? I think Joe Gacy's going to get it.
You think so?
I think Joe Gacy's gonna get it, man. Braun Breaker beat him clean as a sheet a couple of weeks ago, and I think he's gonna get it. I mean, after this, who else is Braun Breaker really gonna wrestle on NXT that's ready for the spot, so to speak? So if you have Braun chasing Joe Gacy around for maybe 2 months for the belt, I mean, it would do that much harm as long as they keep because they're going extra campy with this Joe Gacy shit. They're getting extra campy with this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Braun chasing Joe Gacy for like 2 months tops to get the belt back. He smashes a record by becoming the first ever 3-time NXT champ. Or did Ciampa do that?
No, Ciampa's only champion twice.
Okay, all right. So yeah, he's gonna smash Ciampa's record. And yeah, I feel Gacy's gonna get it. He's gonna chase him for a couple of months. They get it back.
You think they'll do like with Randy Orton and Christian, where they had that match where Randy Orton couldn't get disqualified, and then Christian spit in his face?
He just kicked him right in the cock. Yeah, I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. I think I don't think that's exactly gonna happen, but I think a similar finish is gonna happen. Breaker's gonna lose his shit and get disqualified.
Yeah, I'll go with that. That's actually not a bad idea. And then, yeah, Braun, just put him on the main roster already. Like, He has nobody. He has nobody else to face after this.
Yeah, he has nobody because everybody else is green. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't agree with the ideology of getting rid of the indie guys or not hiring indie guys. There's nothing wrong with hiring indie guys. You have to have the right ones who can make you money. You just can't sign everybody. I think that was the problem. Triple H was starting to sign everybody. Like when he got a Owens or he got a, Kenton's not an indie guy. He was an international guy. He got guys like that. It felt special. But then when he started signing this guy, that guy, ooh, he's got a little indie experience. Let's get that guy too. Like, oh, come on, dog. Like those guys ain't gonna make you any type of money. What are you doing? But I think, guy that I would look at personally is that guy Shane Mercer. I think that's a guy. He doesn't look very young. Like, he doesn't fit in with the audience that they're trying to push for. But Shane Mercer is a big jack motherfucker who can go. He can work. He's fluid. He's a guy that I would personally sign up to a contract quick, fast, in a hurry. And if I'm Triple H or whoever's head talent relations, I would be making that guy a fucking phone call right now. Right now. Fucking 12 o'clock, 12:08 a.m. right now, June 2nd, I would be making a phone call to Mr. Mercer right now. But that's just me. But I look at the NXT roster, I don't see who's going to be fighting Braun Breaker for the main event title. Who's ready? Von Wagner, forget about it. The match is gonna stink. Fucking who else? Grayson Waller? Like, give me a break. There's nobody else. Boa? I mean, I like Boa, but that's too soon for that guy.
Solo?
Especially for Solo. That grooming Solo for the fucking... I would love to see it. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see that. It seems like they're grooming him for the North American title. They're grooming him to beat Grimes, it looks like. And I just don't know. I'm looking... Santos Escobar, but Braun already beat him already. And Escobar, he's putting guys over. Because I think he's on his way. He's not on his way out of the company, but I think, like I said, Legato's turning face. I think they're bouncing. I think they're going to have a couple more matches and they're bouncing from NXT.
Right.
I just think, I just don't know who's going to be fighting Braun Breaker for the title. Who is ready for that spot.
All right.
I just don't know.
So that was in your house. Let's get to Hell in a Cell and then questions. All right. Heck in a Box. Heck in a Box will be this Sunday. Heck in a Box. This Sunday, June 5th, from the Allstate Arena in Rosemont, Illinois. So far, there's 6 matches announced. We'll go through these. We'll go through these as quick as we can. All right. 6-person mixed tag: Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and Liv Morgan versus the Judgment Day: Edge, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley.
I love the Judgment Day.
You would think they would put over the new heel faction.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, without a doubt. Yeah, I think a new member of the Judgment Day will rise and come into play. Who that will be, I have no idea. Just surprised me at this point. I kind of hope it's not Tommaso Ciampa. I just feel like we need to push younger guys.
Right.
To me, Tommaso Ciampa is beaten down. He's older, man. But I just think we need to push like a younger guy. So I'm hoping there's somebody that's young, somebody that can learn from Edge for years to come. I don't think Ciampa has much time left. Between his knees and his neck all being a ticking time bomb, he ain't got much time left. I think it would be a wasted spot if Tommaso Ciampa joined Judgment Day. That's just me personally. I'm not going to disagree with anybody who feels the opposite. I mean, we all have our opinions, this, that, and the other, but I just feel like it'd be a wasted spot. But I do think for sure that a new member of the Judgment Day will be rising up to help the Judgment Day take the W here.
Agreed. United States Championship match: Theory versus Mustafa Ali. I mean, Theory. I think the match will be fine, but it's gonna be Theory.
I think the match is actually going to be pretty damn good. Like Austin Theory's good and Mustafa Ali's good. Will Ali phone it in? I don't know. I mean, those are the kind of questions you have to ask too. But barring any of that, I think it should be a damn good match actually.
Right.
But Theory's definitely taking it though. They're not. I mean, why would Vince trust a guy like Ali to hold one of his titles?
Oh no, he
God
wouldn't.
forbid he wins the title. God forbid he wins the title. I still want my release.
I still want to stay home, Vince. It's like, it's like you lost. Now get the fuck out of my company. You're fired.
Get your shit out of here.
You bitch. You basic bitch.
Just take a trash can with his shit in it and throws it at him. You suck of shit.
Alright, next match.
Trash, get out of here.
Next match. Singles match. Ezekiel versus Kevin Owens. I'm hoping Kevin Owens is happy. Like, okay, Kevin Owens is getting this over. Like, I know people want to be like, oh, he was in the main event with Stone Cold Steve Austin, now he's in this feud. It's like, they're obviously putting him in this feud to get it over, and he's getting it over. Like,
no, Owens is doing his job. Like, why would anybody feel sorry for Kevin Owens? Like,
I sure should
the
don't.
highlight of Raw. Like, right, this whole Ezekiel stuff. Look, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
Love it.
I like Elias, but evidently they were never going to go anywhere with Elias between the injuries and the start and stop pushes over the years with Elias. Evidently somebody had hot and cold feet on this fucking guy. But this Ezekiel thing, if they're committed, I'm enjoying what they're doing right now. He looked damn good the last couple of weeks, and I think he feels more comfortable in ring wise as well too. Like he's moving a whole lot more fluid in the ring. He looks better in the ring than he did before as Elias. Because the knock on Elias is that his matches wasn't really all that exciting. That was the one knock on Elias. Dating back a few years ago, that his match, even when they turned him babyface that one time, it's like his matches didn't feel like anything special or worth cheering for or making noise for. But as Ezekiel, he's got the trunks and everything. He looks and feels more comfortable out there in that ring. I don't feel sorry for Kevin Owens at all. Like, Owens is doing his best to get this shit over, man, and everybody's playing their part well, from the Alpha Academy, helping out Otis, contaminating the damn DNA results. I fucking died laughing. Barbecue sauce. Fucking great. And Otis is looking at him like, oh shit. It was just Gable. Like, everybody who's involved in this storyline is funny. Even when Kevin and Sammy did the little bit the other day on SmackDown, like, it was just great. So I don't feel sorry for him at all, man. He's doing good work. He's entertaining. Between this, the Judgment Day stuff, and the Seth and Cody stuff, the biggest reasons to watch Raw right now. Mm-hmm. So I don't feel bad for Owens at all. He's a highlight of a fucking program. Like,
all right.
Why would you feel bad for him? But I do. Elias or Ezekiel will win this match.
Agreed. Again, I'm with you. I'm enjoying Elias's brother more than Elias.
Yeah, and look, I liked Elias cut damn good promos. He was entertaining. But he was more of a gimmick, whereas Ezekiel feels like a worker.
Right.
All the weird circumstances, obviously kayfabe wise, behind the whole gimmick, like in ring work and just him just carrying it. Like, he's got something here.
All right, moving on. 2-on-1 handicap match: Bobby Lashley versus Omos and MVP.
Well, I mean, shit. I mean, Bobby Lashley's totally spearing MVP and tapping him out, isn't he?
Yep. Almost.
They made that blatantly obvious when they made this a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Yeah, almost. I I tried to give Omos a chance. Omos sucks. Not a good big man. I mean, MVP. I love MVP, but MVP can't. That's not exactly a very high margin, dude.
He ain't doing. I like Omos, man. I think he's a little goofy, but dude, you gotta understand though, that's their fault. I don't Yeah, I know Kevin Nash and Scott Hall and Taker have been working with him and shit like that, but they rushed this guy onto the main roster on TV way too soon. Way too fucking soon. They signed this guy to a contract, I think, in 2019? And they just rushed and tried to put this guy on TV so badly for what? So I don't blame him. I blame them. They failed him on that. If anybody's looking at him and go, oh, he sucks or anything like that, it's because, shit, that's Vince and whoever's fault, for just rushing him up there like that. He wasn't ready for the main roster. Neither was, what's his name? The guy with Commander Aziz. Both of those guys are green as grass, and the big men too. Oh God, that's even worse. So I mean, that to me, that's an indictment on the company more than those two guys. But I don't know, man. There's something about Omos that I like. I don't know. I don't know. It's been a while since we've seen a guy that looks like Omos on television, so I guess I have a little bit more. I'm a little bit more sympathetic to Omos. Is what I'm trying to say.
It was called the Great Khali, and look how that happened.
Nah, he's better than Khali. At least he can fucking move. Khali can move. Hell, Khali needed to go to FCW to take walking lessons. Come on.
Oh my God.
Those 2 left feet he had, bro. At least Omos can move.
Yeah. All right, so Bobby Lashley's gonna pin MVP or make him submit.
He's gonna make MVP his bitch.
His bitch. Oh man. Next, triple threat Hell in a. Isn't it gonna be a Hell in a Cell match? No, it's not. Triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair defending against Asuka and Becky. I mean this should be a good match with the crop of talent in the ring. Usually triple threats can be... They're always going to be slop-tastic regardless, but it can either be good slop or bad slop. Bianca...
Good slop is great with me.
Bianca's going to win it.
Yeah, I think Bianca's got this. I think that this is a triple threat for a reason, and that's to... make sure Asuka gets the pin so that they can keep Becky hot as a heel, so she don't have to keep on taking too many L's. And then Bianca and Becky are going to go all the way to fucking... I think they're going to go all the way to SummerSlam. I kind of hope not, because Raw being 3 hours, I just hope they don't drag that out. But that's what I'm fearing. Is they're going to go all the way to SummerSlam with this shit, where it all began.
All right, and now the main event: Hell in a Cell match. Cody Rhodes versus Seth freaking Rollins. On Monday, Seth cut a promo, basically referencing the Bullet Club. Saying when you couldn't cut it in WWE, you went elsewhere, and then you and your little friends tried to tear down a company I helped build, and then you ended up coming back. Or no, he said when that didn't work, you ended up coming back. I mean, I'm enjoying this feud. I mean, I like... It's weird. I like and I hate Seth Rollins' new gimmick because it's absurd. It's just... Yeah. It's so absurd.
And he's having fun with it. And in turn, usually when you see a wrestler, and I think this is why a lot of people appreciate Randy Orton a lot more too, lately, especially lately, he's having fun. And when you see a wrestler having fun with something, you get, that makes you a little bit more into it too. When a guy's invested in his work, you're like, okay, damn, you start to have an appreciation for him. So, Seth, I thought it was hokey at first too, but the fact that he's going all out with it, he's into it, he's having fun with it. You see him at the house shows, he's doing a little bit more extra shit. You know what I'm saying? He's having fun with this gimmick right now. So I'm enjoying it. because I want to see guys like have fun and not be boring and shit like that. So I don't mind it, but there's some elements that do get like the absurd laughing does get a little annoying after a while. Because I was watching that promo at work and I was like, okay, Seth, you can tone it down on laughing. Fuck's sake.
I don't know, I'm enjoying it because it's one of those things where it's just like it's funny. I have to be honest, it's funny. Some of the things he does is funny. It's not one of those like I'm forced to laugh funny, but it's more just like it makes me laugh because Seth looks like he's enjoying it. And again, Cody was meant for WWE. He left and went to go find himself, and then it worked. And then he came back, and now he's the star that Vince McMahon has always wanted him to be. He's not Homelander anymore. He's their Captain America.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, let me
the evil Roman Reigns.
let me retract that. He is their Homelander. WWE is Vought, and he's Homelander, and Roman Reigns is Butcher.
Oh boy.
Actually, no. Roman Reigns is going to be Soldier Boy. By the way, The Boys season 3 is coming out this Friday, so can't wait for that.
Stop ahead. Explode, baby.
All right, so that's Hell in a Cell. Now let's get to the questions.
Oh, we didn't say a winner.
Cody.
Yeah, I got Cody winning this, dude. You got to keep him strong. Seth can take losses. I agree with what Kevin said earlier. Like Seth can take losses and be fine. Him and Owens and Cena are in that camp where they're so entertaining that you can overlook a loss. Usually, when they say wins and losses don't matter, when you're talented, you can afford it. You can afford to take losses. To me, Cena. I think Cena could have lost a whole lot more than he had back during his run of terror. But because I just thought that he was a guy that, especially when he used to lose the belt, anyways. Whenever he did lose the belt, he'd come out smiling the next night anyway, like nothing had happened. Hey, y'all, I lost my belt, but it's alright. I'm gonna get it back.
Oh yeah. All right.
But I think that Seth is in that camp with Zayn and Owens, where they're going to be entertaining no matter what, and they can afford to lose and then not look bad.
Agreed. All right. That is our Heck in a Box prediction show.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to questions. And let's see, who do we start with? Maurice Bear has the first set of questions tonight. His first question, or I don't want to assume Maurice's gender. Maurice, are you a man or a woman? I don't want to be disrespectful. The first question that Maurice has, all right, Maurice is a dude. All right, just want to be sure. I didn't want to be disrespectful. Maurice's first question is, who is the best and worst movie villain? Best, Denzel in Training Day.
You took my answer, son of a bitch.
I mean, won a fucking Oscar for it. I mean, come on. You can't go wrong with Denzel. And then worst villain. Can't really think of a worst villain because I mean, there's a lot. I can't really think of the worst one.
Jared Leto's Joker. Holy shit, that was bad.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that one. Jared Leto's Joker. I'm gonna go with that one.
Or Malekith, the fucking dark elf from Thor 2. He was horrible too.
The villain from Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man movie.
Oh, Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
It's generic.
That was almost Patrick Wilson, and then Patrick Wilson had to drop out because I think he was filming Conjuring 2.
Patrick Wilson would have did a better job, I felt.
Oh yeah.
First and foremost, I'm not familiar with that actor's work, anyways, and I don't know. He felt similar to Milo and fucking Morbius. Like he just had that weirdness to him, but it didn't translate well to be a movie villain, in my opinion. But that's just me. But yeah, Joker's definitely the worst villain for me.
I mean, and speaking of Joker, one of the best ones, Heath, one of the best movie villains. I mean, it's not fair for me to say Darth Vader because I'm not really a Star Wars guy. But, you know, you can throw Darth Vader up there. Anthony Hopkins as what the fuck is his name? Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Second question. Why are tornadoes so fascinating and scary at the same time? What is your scary story involving tornadoes? Well, I'll answer the second question. I've never personally been involved in a tornado. So, you know, thank God for that.
I think it's because of how it looks.
Right.
The big fucking windy twirl. I think that's why, like, tornadoes get like. I think that's in comes the fascination of it, especially, you know, more so than hurricanes. Like,
right.
The visual of it is like, holy fuck.
Yeah, I mean, they just look cool. Like those videos of like storm chasers. Like, that just looks cool, but it's like, I'll watch it. I'm not gonna actually partake in that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Last question for Maurice. What is your opinion on the prequel era of Star Wars episodes 1 and 3 and the impact of the Clone Wars series as a whole? Maurice, I'm not a Star Wars fan. I'm very
neither am I.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm very partial. My girl, she's the Star Wars fan. My best friend Jess, she can probably answer that question a lot better than I can. So, I've only seen one of the prequels. You know, episode 3. You know, in the end, whenever he becomes Vader, and then he finds out that Padme died, and he goes, "No!" Like he does that. So, yeah, I'm very partial to it. I like The Mandalorian. I thought that was really good. I've seen the majority of the newer ones, like, you know, Rogue One, which everyone says is like their favorite. I saw it with Betty, and I actually fell asleep during the movie theater. I fell asleep, and I woke up, and like the ending is literally Princess Leia, you know, going, you know, Obi-Wan, you're our only hope, or something like that. So, and the other 3 ones that people hate, again, I'm partial to it. I'm not the biggest fan, so. Yeah. Thank you, Maurice. Next question is from Dale Diamond, parentheses Augustine. Dale, if you were here, I'm answering your questions. His first question is, what is the symbolic significance of the McRib?
What now? What's the significance?
He's asking, what is the symbolic significance of the McRib? I've never had the McRib before.
McRib is just... I had it one time, and I just wasn't a fan. It's fake meat. Like, it's really nasty. Like, I'm probably the rarity there. I don't know. I'm not a McRib guy.
Like, I want to try it just to try it, but it's never been something that's, like, appealed to me.
And plus, you know, McDonald's, you know, they try to make it special whenever it does, like, come.
But
here we have the McRib. The McRib is back. You know, it's not something that's always on the menu all the time. Well, shit, I don't know if it is now. I don't go to McDonald's. I haven't had McDonald's in ages, actually.
Yeah,
might get some McDonald's after the show's over.
Yeah, McDonald's is one of those things that it's good to have, but you shouldn't have it every day. You should maybe have it like maybe once a week.
Shit, I had McDonald's once a year.
Jesus Christ!
I mean, McDonald's is like February, I think.
I mean, you can't go wrong with nuggets. Like,
yeah, no, definitely.
I saw a documentary on how nuggets are made, and I still eat nuggets. It's like, you know,
Iron horror.
It's like, yeah, I know they're made out of some like pink goo, and I still fucking eat them.
Oh god.
And I get a quarter pounder with cheese every now and then. So that's pretty much the only thing I get at McDonald's as far as like burger wise. And lately they make their patties fresh. So and their breakfast is decent. Next question: how does Maurice get better looking with age? I mean, genes. She's got genes. She has good genes. Like, the more kids she has, the bigger her fucking titties get. Like, goddamn.
Who?
Maurice. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Maurice doesn't look like she's getting older at all. Maurice
no.
still looks the same, like you said. If anything, those Mammy Milkers are getting fucking bustastic. But besides that, I mean, shit. And Maurice still looks the same as she did back in 2009 when I was growing up. So
I think she looks better, actually, in my opinion.
yeah. No, I always thought she looked good. And I'm not like a blonde guy. I'm not a guy that's into like blondes. But yeah, I just she's really hot, really hot.
Oh, lucky ass Miz.
Yeah, Miz, a lucky motherfucker.
Dale's last question is thoughts on the current lack of chair shots. Not sure what he means by that.
The chair shots to the head, or just chair shots, period?
I mean, if it's chair shots to the head, it's like, have you heard of Chris Benoit?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man, because everybody wants to do their dives and the light tubes and all this other shit is in.
Hopefully that answers your question, Dale. Thank you for the question. Not to the head. I mean, I've seen chair, like people hitting someone with a chair, like in the back or like the side or the leg or whatever. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure how to answer that question, Dale. Can you answer that question, RJ?
Yeah, like I just said, like, I mean, I don't know, chair shots just ain't in anymore. Like I said, people prefer a table spot, ladder spot. I mean, you're gonna see cookie sheet spots. I mean, you'll get that type of thing before you get chair shots nowadays. 'Cause I think, and you know what, and plus, you know, WWE, they don't do chair shots to the head anymore.
No.
Which for long term purposes, that's for the best. So when they do the attack on the back of the chair, it looks goofy. When you got a guy, I'm just using guys for an example. You got a guy like Cody selling a chair shot for Seth Rollins, and he's bending down for the guy to take the fucking, like, it looks goofy. It looks very, very goofy.
Right.
So I'd rather them not do chair shots anymore, honestly. Like, maybe do one to the ribs, because I think that's more believable more than anything. Hitting somebody in the ribs with a chair. And maybe even stiffen the guy in the neck with the chair. Like, using the edge to press down on the back of a guy's neck, you know, safe-wise. And, you know, maybe do something like that. I would even propose, like, use that for an angle. Like, as, like, something, like, potentially career-ending, maybe. Where a guy holds the edge of a chair to a guy's neck and fucking, I don't know, like, press down on it, or fucking just smash their fist against the edge of the chair. Like, assuming that it's jammed across the guy's neck. Like, I mean, there's different ways to use a chair, and, like, I just think that I prefer, if you're not going to do a chair shot to the head, and I don't think you do chair shots to the head, that you use a chair the safe, but the best and effective looking way as possible.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, just chair shots to the ribs. Easy.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Dale Diamond. Next is CM Hucking Goof. Here we go. Like we mentioned earlier, thoughts on the Nikita Lyons controversy. All right, so I have it right here. So he actually put up some photos. All right, so Nikita Lyons on Memorial Day had posted something on TikTok, and she was dancing to a song called "The Patriot" by a rapper named Topher. I don't know. Have you heard of him?
Mm-hmm. No, I never heard of this guy, but I knew the story though.
All right,
from back when that whole deal happened back in 2000 last year.
So on her TikTok, on the caption said "Land of the Free because of the brave," and then, you know, Memorial Day. I guess I like to think that's not really where her heart was. So it says here, Topher and the Marine rapper performed their song "The Patriot" at a Veterans for Trump rally near to the 2021 storming of the United States Capitol. Oh boy. Following the performance, Spotify removed the song from its platform, and Instagram banned Topher from broadcasting live. There's a lot here. On a Facebook chat from somebody named Tony. I guess that's the rapper. David Bentz. Now hold on, let's not rush into a bash session. Nobody knows our personal political views. Let's take this into perspective. We here in 2022 have people that listen to I Believe I Can Fly by R. Kelly. Doesn't mean you support sex and urinating on a minor. We have people who still have the Owen Hart tribute match that WCW did on their list, and some of the greatest matches ever, but that doesn't mean you support a child murderer. Life has many grays. Stop rushing to make a black and white decision. And then somebody named Tony Flags replied, Dogs, the song is literally about storming the Capitol. And then this is it says Real Faithy J. That's Nikita. I practice my Second Amendment right, and so should you. And then there's an emoji. I'm not sure what that's supposed to intend, but I guess it means talk shit if you want. That's why it's a free country, and it's just a video of her on a gun range. And then Topher Town Music on his Instagram saying thank you for remembering the fallen. He was actually commenting on Nikita's post, and she replied back, always thank you. And okay, all right. I've been saying this for a while. I gotta be louder about it. Hating people over political views is fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. Who the fuck cares? I have friends that are Republicans that supported Trump. Does that mean they're racist? No. No, they're not.
It doesn't. I mean, this whole notion, and I have friends who think like this. If you support or like a guy, that means that's an indictment on you as a person. You have the same ideologies as a person. You and I are friends, but you and I are very different at the same time. But we're friends at the end of the day. But I don't have any type of strong political views because I'm not a political guy. Never have been. And quite honestly, don't really want to be. My life is very, very peaceful, without politics. I think that the heat is basically from what happened last week. And I think that maybe the post is a little too on the nose with that. But I don't know. I just think that I'm agreeing with somebody else. You got to keep politics when you're a public figure like that. Sometimes it's best to keep your mouth closed about certain causes because it can come back and bite you in the ass. And if people wouldn't accuse you of culture vulturing before, they're really going to do it now. And I just think that Nikita Lyons didn't do herself any favors by posting that. And I agree with you. Look, I don't think that political opinions should count that a person's a bad person. Because I know a lot of people who had the same ideologies as Trump, but disagree with a lot of this shit he was doing as well. When he was talking about, doing more for businesses, a lot of people bought into that. Especially a lot of, local businesses around here. They bought into that ideology and stuff like that, but they didn't condone some of the other stupid, silly shit he was doing and whatnot. So, I mean, you can do that. You can do that. But it's up to a person to not be ignorant enough to sever a friendship or judge a person based off of one little opinion. I'm one of those people that still do listen to R. Kelly. Now I stay away from the sexual songs, but some of his stepping songs and whatnot, yeah, I still listen to those. But I don't condone his peeing on a little girl, not at all. I don't condone it at all. And in fact, if I ever saw R. Kelly in person, I would ass. Honestly, I would go and whip his ass, but. You can like something, or you can support somebody, but doesn't mean you have. Well, hell, we all support certain wrestlers, right? We all support certain wrestlers. But guess what? Jake Atlas, you can be a fan of Jake Atlas, right? Jake Atlas likes having sex with men. That's different than what I do in my personal life. I like having sex with women. But does that mean I'm going to start hating Jake now because he likes to have sex with men?
Mm-hmm.
That he likes to be with men? Oh, that's his preference. That's his choice. This life we have, it's an agency. We can choose to do whatever we want to do, support what we want to support, buy what we want to buy, wear what we want to wear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people who dismiss that are way off the mark and need to be re-educated on a lot of different things. Nikita Lyons, I will say this though, for a public figure, she probably should have kept her mouth shut. Especially,
agreed.
I just think the timing of this, it's too on the nose. It's a sensitive subject at this point, and I think she should have kept her mouth closed. And I'm not going to say she's going to get any heat from anybody anybody from the higher ups. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably a good thing that she's injured right now, because at least that'll take a little bit of the sting off of some of the dirty looks she's probably going to get in the locker room, some of the hate and some of the hate she's going to get on online. Because I'm already starting to see it. People are turning on her.
I doubt it. I doubt it. It's fucking stupid. But yeah, she really should have just
you doubt it in this generation. You doubt it. No, people are finicky, and these wrestlers are fucking sensitive as shit nowadays.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you got locker rooms full of that. Trust me, there's going to be some problems in that locker room. Jackson Riker probably would have been her only friend, I ain't going to lie.
Hey, when Jackson Riker's your only friend, like, God help you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Next question. Because CM's got quite a few questions. The second greatest NWA champion, the first being Scrap Iron Adam Pearce. For the past 20 years, Matt Cardona has confirmed he will need surgery to repair a torn bicep. I have done my best to deal with this unfortunate news by drinking heavily until I pass out or crying uncontrollably while in the fetal position until I fall asleep. How have you dealt with this horrible, devastating news? Well, Goof, might want to go talk to somebody about that. How have you dealt with this? I mean, listen, I think Cardona's done a great job post WWE. You know, reinventing himself like he did with with Cody. I think it sucks because the guy's he's living his best life, as far as like career wise. So it sucks that he's more than likely going to have to relinquish that title. I'm not drinking heavily. I'm not crying about it. I'm not judging you if you are. I'm not judging you if you are, Goof. But it sucks for Cardona.
Yeah. Very unfortunate because he's doing some of the best work of his career. I agree. I'm not the biggest fan of the guy, but he's definitely doing the best work of his career. And kudos to him, but it sucks that it's coming to a screeching halt here, at least for this time and moment.
And he gets to bang Chelsea Green, so life is good for him.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be home getting a rub down every night.
All right. Next question. In the event that Sasha and Naomi are able to work things out with Vince and everyone makes up with each other, who should Naomi and Sasha feud with upon their return? Am I wrong to be in support of their decision and hold out hope that this will happen? I don't think you're wrong. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. We had our thoughts about it. Who do they feud with? I heard they're doing the tag title tournament for the women's. But then, they just scrapped it. So I don't know what they'll do. And personally, I think
no fucking women tag teams. And personally, I think they just need to be done with the division already.
Oh yeah.
Same thing with NXT. I don't think there's any need for women's tag team titles.
Oh yeah.
Why do we have these belts for? When you don't have any teams, man, you release everybody. They break up the teams. You just waste everybody. Like, it doesn't make any sense to have a division for nothing. Same thing with the tag team titles. Iffy on unifying the main titles. That's just me personally, because I just think that there's not going to be a lot of opportunity for a lot of the main event guys. But that's just me personally. But the tag team divisions got it. And unifying the Raw and SmackDown tag team titles is the best thing they possibly could have done. They have it. No tag teams whatsoever to push on either side to either justify fucking having two different tag team titles.
Just give them to the Usos.
Yeah, give them to the Usos.
Just have Roman be like, I want you to get those women's tag team championships. Oos.
Why he's licking his chops? Why he's rubbing his hands like Birdman and licking his lips.
I want you to go to NXT. I want you to smash them, take them titles. Roman, what are you implying by smash them? I want you to smash them.
I don't know. Google it. Figure it out. Acknowledge me.
The following episode of NXT is rated R. Shit. So down in GG's ass. Down GG's ass.
Good lord.
That's the answer to our question, Goof. Next one. Should the tag team of Caden Carter and Casey Catanzaro be called Special K? I mean, sure, but for licensing reasons, I doubt it. Well, there's a cereal called Special K. The Judgment Day and House of Black answers what we've all been asking since '99. What would the Ministry of Darkness be like if it sucked? I like Judgment Day. House of Black sucks.
House of Black could be good. I just think they need to get rid of fucking Brody King. Get rid of Brody King. He makes it look like shit, in my opinion, because he looks like shit. Malachi and Buddy Murphy look like $1 million. Like for what the role Malachi Black is trying to play and for what Buddy Murphy is, they look great for the gimmick. And them getting Julia Hart, that looks great too. That could be something, but they got to get rid of the big jamoke and stop with the goofy shit with those guys. The spooky, lights on, lights off type shit with them, and they got to get down to business and start wrecking people. Judgment Day is good. I like Judgment Day. I think it's good, man. I have no complaints with that whatsoever.
I'm digging Judgment Day. Small things. I
wish that Damian Priest wouldn't wear that fucking what you call it, that lady-looking shirt that he's wearing. What do you call that? The corset or whatever. Like, I wish he didn't wear that to the ring. But other than that, yeah. Like, why are we covering up Damian Priest for? Like, he ain't Keith Lee. Got this man wearing a corset for.
His chest is too flat.
His chest is too flat.
And you just see Roman. Let me take care of him. Why am I making Roman perverted? Why are you making Roman perverted?
Roman Reigns peeks his head around the corner, rubs his hands. Yeah.
Brazzers presents Head of the Table.
Acknowledge me.
But to smash him.
Roman Reigns takes on Romy Reigns.
Oh, okay. Oh, man. Alright, next question. Am I weird for eating cereal dry and having a glass of milk instead of combining the two? I'm told I am, mostly by my own family.
No, I used to do it when I was a kid. Alone there.
To each his own. Goof. Sometimes I'll eat cereal as a snack. I'll just take cereal and just eat it as a snack without milk. So, yeah. To each his own. Next is... What is the greatest action movie of all time, and why is it Terminator 2 Judgment Day? I like Terminator 2. I mean, I love the John Wick movies, especially the first one. Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's another one.
I like the Expendables.
Expendables, good choices. What was that movie with Thor? Extraction.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. There's another one I'm trying to think of. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, John Wick is probably...
Warzone. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God. What is wrong with you?
Warzone was terrible.
Wasted 80 minutes on that shit. I would say John Wick is probably my favorite action movie. Of all time.
Some good shit.
What about you?
Takers is a pretty good one too. I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a heist movie, but some of the shootout scenes in that movie was pretty fucking great. Expendables is one of the ones that I liked a lot. I thought that was the last best thing that Sylvester Stallone was ever in. besides playing Rocky and Creed.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of movies, man. I watch a lot of action movies, a lot of beat rate stuff too. With what's that fucking guy's name? Family Guy made fun of him. I can't think of his name right now.
Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal.
Seagal. Yeah. Like, I've seen all the movies with him where you're trying to debate whether he has his ponytail or whether he doesn't have his ponytail anymore. Just like I've seen a lot of like his straight to DVD shits. Some of them are good, some of them are horrible.
The only movie of his that I somewhat liked was Under Siege 2: Dark Territory.
Oh yeah, that was great. That was great. I remember we seen one that came out in 2009. I think that's when he had cut the ponytail, and he started really picking up the weight. And I guess he had a stunt double for this scene or something. But they was fighting on a staircase, and he was fighting two guys at the same time, right? And he was like chopping their hands away and shit, like doing that whole bit. And one of the guys did like a kick, and he went to go sidestep them. And how about Steven Seagal from being like at least 200 and something pounds with that gut to being like 120 pounds? Because that his stunt double was skinny as shit. And I'm like, oh my god, that's terrible. That's a terrible cut. And the guy just falls right off the fucking staircase because he pushed him, sidestepped him, and pushed him. I'm like, what the fuck? This is bad.
He sucks.
Steve Seagal need to hang it up. He needs to hang it up. It's done.
He's always been bad.
Yeah.
Next question. He has two more. Pineapple on pizza is an abomination of pizza. The people who like it are food terrorists in training. Discuss.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
I never put pineapples on my pizza, and I never put ranch on my pizza. What the fuck? Like, no.
Agreed. And the last question that Goof has: where should the next GTA take place, and should it follow up with old characters like CJ from GTA San Andreas or Tommy from Vice City? Goof, I never played the GTA games. Never got into them. Wasn't my thing.
Well, they did one based in LA. They did one based in Chicago. They did one based in New York. Cities that are ripped off those states. Obviously, heavily influenced. I don't know, man. I'd like to see one maybe in Florida this time around. Maybe one based in Florida, maybe one based in DC. I think that could be pretty good. And as far as like bringing former characters back, yeah, I would like to see them bring back certain characters. Mike, Franklin, all those guys. Like, I would like to see them bring back certain characters. Gay Tony, like I would like to see them bring back certain characters. They need her just fucking make it. Like they're milking the shit out of Grand Theft Auto 5. They're milking the shit out of it, and they're still putting out online content for it. So I don't know if it's slowing down anytime soon, but I would like to see it in Florida, and I definitely think they should bring back former characters, if not for the main story, for like at least like side jobs and side missions and stuff like that. Maybe throw back to old missions from back in the older games. I think that could be pretty cool. A nice little love letter to the Grand Theft Auto fans that's been rocking with the franchise from the beginning. So that'd be a great idea.
All right, thank you, Goof. Now we got Kyle. Where are you at, Kyle? I think this question's for me. Drew, does Texas have tornado siren testing? Here in Wisconsin, it's the first Wednesday of the month at noon. I guess it depends where you live in Texas, but in San Antonio we don't. I don't think we've ever had tornado testing. I know there was one time when I was like maybe 9 when we almost had a tornado, but didn't happen. So yeah, we don't do tornado testing. I think it's maybe like small towns in Texas probably. How common are basements in houses where you live? I guess it depends on the side of town you live in. I've always lived in one-story houses. I've never had a basement. I've had attics, but I never was even in the attic. In the house I grew up in. So And we don't have an attic here, so again, depends where you live. What about you?
No, they don't do that at all.
All right.
Because Drew, let me tell you something.
Huh.
And I don't want to jinx this place. I don't want to jinx this state, but South Carolina doesn't get that much traction when it comes to hurricanes and tornadoes and all that kind of shit.
Well, the question was about basements.
You said basement testing, right?
No. The first question was about tornado testing. The second question was about basements.
What, do I have one?
Well, I mean, like, how common are basements in houses where you live?
Attics. They have attics more than anything.
Right.
Attics more than basement. Yeah, especially in some of the older houses, like the one I live in. I live in a modernized older house, so yeah, I have an attic instead of a basement, and you couldn't get that kind of ilk around here with some of the older homes.
Right.
And like they make houses so small around here to the point where people have to buy like third party like cabins and stuff like that to store stuff in, you know. So
okay, we have
not too many basements around.
All right, so we have 15 minutes until Spreaker cuts us off, so we gotta breeze through these next few questions. So, Drew, how often do you get to other major cities in Texas like Dallas, Houston, and Austin? I've never been to either. Believe it or not, I don't really get out of Texas that much, and when I do, it's a blessing. So I would hope to go to one of those three cities, if not all three of them. Actually, technically, I kind of was in Austin last year. We drove up to this brewery called The Family Business. The guy from Supernatural, the guy who's going to be playing Soldier Boy, and The Boys owns it. Like, that's his brewery. So we drove up there, and so it's like technically near Austin. So I guess I was in Austin last year. So, your favorite fast food chains? I mean, I try not to eat too much fast food, but I end up doing it anyway. I mean, I'm in Texas, so Whataburger, McDonald's every now and then. That's about it. What about you?
I'm with you there. I try to stay away from the fast food, but if I do get any fast food, a local pizzeria here called Castiello's, probably the most authentic New York pizza that I've had outside of New York and forever. That's one of my favorite spots, and a spot called Dairyland, which is another local spot. They make some of the best fucking burgers,
right?
Hot dogs. I mean, just you name it. Chicken sandwiches, fucking fantastic. All the food is fresh, everything, and they work out of a small spot too. So there's not a lot of space, but they be rocking and rolling in that fucking kitchen, man. And they fucking takes it great too. So,
all right,
yeah, just some great shit. Like if anybody ever comes to South Carolina, especially around my area, I'm taking one of you motherfuckers to Dairyland, and we're getting a burger and a shake. God damn it!
God damn it!
God damn it!
Then I'm gonna smash you. What? Favorite flavors of ice cream? I mean, I'm a basic bitch. Chocolate, cookies and cream. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm a vanilla, cookies and cream. I like brownies, the chocolate fudge brownie from Ben and Jerry's. And I'll even do this bit where I'll make brownies and stuff like that at home and have ice cream, and I'll put like brownies on top and do that whole bit. So yeah, no, definitely I love my ice cream. That's for sure. I'm an ice cream guy.
How old were you when you kissed your first? Let me rephrase that. How old were you when you kissed a girl for the first time?
8 years old.
Last year. I'm playing. I was.
Oh God.
I was like Keith Lee. Oh my, this feels wonderful. What is?
I never felt this sensation before in my life.
It appears my wee-wee has caught a form of rectus. No. I was 17. Yeah, I was a late bloomer.
It's the girl before you did. You're older than me.
Again, I was a late bloomer. I was not exactly what the kids call fresh. Or do people still say fresh?
Dapper, clean.
Dapper, clean, lit.
Swaggy.
Straight fire. Well,
to be fair, I wasn't really either.
Yeah.
Until I got in middle school.
Yeah.
Then that's when that kind of changed. But I was a chubby little kid. Well, not really chubby. Like, I always had like a little bit of a gut. Like, I'm a skinny fat ass. Like, I was skinny, but I had a gut. Like, make that shit make sense. But yeah, after I got in my athlete's body, then my fortune started changing for me. Yeah, I never looked back. And now I'm fucking every chick like a porn star every other weekend.
Goddamn.
That's why whenever Drew, that's why when every time Drew calls me about doing a Saturday show, like Drew, I gotta catch a nut like a squirrel, man.
All right.
My best Lex Steel impersonation.
Julia Hart in House of Black. Next question from
Kings of the Black
Cock.
Cock.
Next question from Kyle. We got 10 minutes. Since WWE began releasing wrestlers in 2020, who are your top 5 wrestlers who shouldn't have been released? Top 5. Shit.
Ross.
I mean, Cross, obviously. Rusev, I don't think should have been released. Morrison. Who was another one?
Loomis. Dexter Loomis.
Loomis. And,
any of the women? I can't think of any of the women. Iconics, nah.
Not the Iconics. Crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dakota.
Cesaro, they didn't cut him. He left on his own accord.
Who the fuck else? Fuck.
Adam Cole, baby. No, I'm just kidding. Bobby Fish. No, I'm just kidding. They had to get rid of fucking Tommy Gunn.
Who the fuck else? Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt, yeah. Oh my god, how did I forget about that? Bray Wyatt, yeah.
So that's
yeah. Bray Wyatt, Rusev, fucking Cross,
Morrison,
and Morrison, yeah. I thought those, and
Loomis.
For me, Loomis, Dexter Loomis, like I thought those were mistakes.
Oh yeah, that's a good 5.
Mistakes.
That's a good 5.
Yeah. For me personally, I would toss in Shane Thorne, but that's just me personally. I enjoy the guy's work, and I thought he could have been an asset to WWE. Right. I thought he could have been that. He could have took that Daredevil spot from Jeff Hardy.
Right.
And he was charismatic enough to do it, but he just never had a chance to really do that.
All right, last question from Kyle. Do you think WWE will unify the WWE and NXT Women's Championships? We kind of answered that. We hope they do. I mean, we just hope they get rid of them because no one cares. Like
just get rid of them.
All right,
do it already. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Fuck them and smash them.
So good.
Smash them. I'm just gonna do that. Smash them. All right. Thank you, Kyle. Last question is from Lightning 116. We got about 6.5 minutes left. Ooh boy.
Here we go.
Lightning has a doozy of a question. I don't know if we'll have time to answer it. My question is simple. The Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial, what's your take on the whole situation? I'm going to be quick and brief.
Toxic as fuck.
Toxic. John Draper had said it best. We knew it was going to take a woman that would try to fuck over the Me Too movement. and it was a B-list actress in Amber Heard.
Mm-hmm.
And of course she's crying. She's playing the victim, saying "I'm hurt." Oh, it's like, no, bitch, no, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that shit. So, and again, is Johnny Depp a saint? No, he's not. But it's just Amber Heard is a piece of shit, literally and figuratively.
No, he's and Johnny Depp is an outright dick, though. Like, there's no smoke and mirrors with the fucking guy. We know he's not a saint, but this is her. I'm innocent. I never did this, that, and the other. Blah, 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 man. Go fuck yourself, bitch.
Exactly. That's the best way to put it. It's toxic. I mean, we want to. People want to keep saying toxic masculinity. What about toxic? And how do you say toxic femininity? What's the opposite?
Femininity.
Femininity. There you go. Yeah. Amber Heard.
Saying that 3 times.
Amber Heard decided to take the Me Too movement and use it to her advantage, and it blew up in her face. So.
Yep. Sorry.
So from
not buying it.
So from the Drew Yari show to Amber Heard, go fuck yourself. Plain and simple. Go fuck yourself.
He not even know that hot either, bitch.
Nope. And she's going to be out of Aquaman 2. Jason Momoa wants her gone. All right.
Gone too.
That is all the questions. Thank you to everyone for the questions. I'm sorry I had to rush everybody out of here because we have about 4.5 minutes until Spreaker cuts us off. So, RJ, the pluggy plugs.
Well, RJ Unlimited on Twitter, and that's pretty much it.
And you know where to find me. I'm very easy to find. Just type in my name, I'll pop up. And Patreon, $5. Join up today.
$5.
$5. You won't be disappointed. I just put up the new episode that me and Jeff Littman did, and I'll even post like the unedited, uncut versions of these shows, of the regular show. So go there today. Anna just signed up today, so be like Anna. Follow Anna's lead. Sign up today for just $5. You won't be disappointed. Anyways, guys, that is the show. We hope you enjoy this weekend. Enjoy Hell in a Cell. Enjoy In Your House. And we will be back next week for a review show. So anyways, guys, have a great week, and peace out.
Peace.
It is time for the Drew Yari Show. Drew Yari.